Hey, everybody. We will be in Washington, D.C., March 23rd at the Howard Theater.
At where?
Howard Theater.
At where?
Howard Theater.
There you go.
Zod chapter. I don't know if we can leave that in. Anyways.
Zod chapter? What is that?
Shout out to the noobs.
Okay.
Anyways, tickets are available now at newroyalmall.com. Patreon is available as well. Speaking of DC, episode we put out yesterday, it's a lot of political things. If you feel like commenting on our ignorance, go to Patreon now.
I love when we're ignorant.
It was off the rails.
Love it.
It was a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
Over an hour
of just insane.
Pure ignorance.
Yeah.
Love
if you
it.
want the greatest barbershop political debate you've ever heard, patreon.com/New Royal Mall.
New Warrior Mall.
Is that the stuff that Michael Jordan had in Space Jam?
Yes. This is the special water.
No, is that a good Sancerre?
Sancerre.
I could use a Sancerre, I'll tell you that much.
Sancerre being Michael's secret stuff. is
Sancerre.
fucking-
Sancerre.
Wait, what do you think brought Bill Murray? It was the Sancerre.
Sancerre. Bill Murray definitely looks like he drinks Sancerre before shooting. 100%.
And mixes it with tequila
yeah.
in the same cup.
Absolutely.
Anyways, hey everyone, we're back.
We are back with a
Like.
new audio journey, visual expedition is what they call it.
Sure. I don't know who they is, but yeah,
The peoples, everybody listening and watching.
got you. Okay.
We are back. Welcome to another episode of the New Rory and Maul podcast. I am Maul,
I'm Rory.
and we are back. I bumped into Rory the other day. It's always funny bumping into
Oh,
Rory
yeah.
like when we're not working.
I totally
where?
forgot about that.
Where?
Literally on the next corner.
I saw Maul walking for the first time.
In life?
Yeah, like you're an Uber to each location kind of person. Like you'll walk where we're going, like in the studio you walk. But I've never just like seen you on a New
Walking
York
on
City
your-
street. Just, you know.
I look like I was a herb. Like I look like niggas could have ran down on me and punched me in my face.
No, but you were easily spottable.
Okay.
I could just tell it was you.
What was the
It
giveaway?
looked like someone that doesn't typically just
Yes.
walk around New York City. They're usually in like a
That's
SUV.
funny because I've done so much walking around New York City. So you say that is so crazy. You know how much walking I've done in the city?
It was
I
Friday,
wish we
right?
had that. I wish we had like a clock of like how much we've walked in our cities.
Just it's on your iPhone.
Yeah, look at your phone.
No,
No, I mean,
you're
like in
talking about in
life.
life.
Not like I don't want to start tracking my steps every day. I'm talking about in life. Like how many miles of New York City do you think you've walked in your life?
I wouldn't even know where to guess.
Yeah, that's like a sick number.
You know, I thought about the other day. How many times have you gotten on the same subway car twice or multiple times?
Oh, I'm
Mm.
sure it's a lot higher than we think it is.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely remember at least 3 times because this sticker that I remember seeing was like
That
there,
you
and I'm
put
like-
there.
And I used to ride the same train around the same time, so it's easy to kind of
Yeah.
track it that way. Once you have like a schedule like that, where you know what time the train is coming, you get on the same train pretty much.
But then they started switching it where like the F is now the A. And like
Yeah, it got-
you're like, this is not an A train, even though it
Yeah.
says A on it, but
yeah,
too
it got a
local.
little funky. Yeah,
Anyways, I ran into Maul. We both thought it was the weirdest thing. I was pushing
he was being
Mara
a dad.
down Elizabeth, and like Maul was just in the street. And I was like, hey, Maul.
I heard somebody call my name, and I'm like, you know, you turn around slow because you don't know who
Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
It's Rory being a dad with a stroller. I'm like, oh, my guy.
I know this doesn't sound that compelling, but to me, it was the craziest thing in the
It's like when you see
It
your
just-
teacher in public.
Yes, that's the exact.
Same exact.
It was
feeling.
like,
Yeah.
oh, you're like a
It's like,
human
that's
outside
what
of
you be
this.
doing like
The
this.
life.
Yeah, this is what you be doing like outside of like recording. Like you just be walking with your daughter. Okay.
Well, I know Rory was probably coming from the office. Where were you at? Where were you
I
going?
was going to see my check my homeboys. They store down the block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to check their store and kick it with them for a minute. And I happened to bump into Rory.
That was
Great.
our weekend.
Fun times.
Other
Very
than that,
fun.
didn't do much. I did sit on Instagram for a few hours going through this new trendy magician's IG page. Kevin Hamden, I believe I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Who is this guy? Because you and Julian got like your inside text jokes going and want to talk about this magician. He better be great.
No, it's not inside jokes.
It's a pretty public account.
Yeah, he's big. Julian
Kevin
and I
Hamden.
both are like, we miss when there was the famous magician that like went to hang out with the celebrities and do crazy shit. Like we miss David Blaine. We miss Criss.
He's still
Angel.
around. He's still hanging out.
Nah,
But not
when
like
they had
he's-
the TV shows.
He's not going to the TikTokers and like, you know,
Oh no, he's not doing that. He's
making the
backstage.
stream disappear.
He's backstage with Chappelle.
David Blaine in the Hood is still like the most iconic television of all time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
When the whole block runs away,
100%.
is the best. It's the most entertaining thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And him
Kid watching that.
and him being part of the Creep Squad did kind of ruin a little bit of like the Santa Claus version I had of him.
Mm-hmm.
What were they called?
Him, DiCaprio.
He was in the Pussy Patrol.
The Pussy Patrol, yes. Yeah, he was like one of four. And I heard he had hands.
Wait till that documentary comes out.
Listen. It's still going. They're still shooting. Leo's still with a 20-year-old. They're still getting footage. They're building a Rico.
You think David Blaine ain't make somebody panties disappear by now?
Yeah, he made their innocence disappear.
Oh man. He's like, check your dress now.
Crazy in those back rooms.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Were you guys Criss Angel fans?
Hell yeah.
I loved Criss Angel.
Nah.
Really?
I
loved Criss Angel.
That was too theatrical. I'm more like the David Blaine street shit. David Blaine was too Vegas-y. I mean, Criss Angel was too Vegas.
He did have like a residence.
It was too Vegas.
When I was a kid, I made my parents buy me his book.
Did you
look? You know what? Now that you say that, Julian, now that you say that,
probably had that haircut too.
I know exactly the type of teenager you were.
This book is in my childhood bedroom still.
You are such a. How did you have this Criss Angel book? Chris, Rory.
I didn't have the book.
Of course you didn't have the book.
But I liked Criss Angel.
Yeah. Listen, I would watch it if it ever came on. What channel was that? I want to say A&E maybe.
It was a great show.
It was either A&E. Was it Travel Channel?
Or TBS? I think it was TBS. I don't know. One of those channels.
It wasn't the same when Travel Channel had the Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters, wow.
And then remember they had that one international guy that you could like clearly tell even as a kid.
I feel like it was a TLC.
He was on A&E and then USA as well.
A&E. See, I knew it was on A&E.
But I learned there's about 2 tricks that I know from the book still. Worth it.
Do you think you could
like show us?
Yeah, like what tricks?
No, see, I'm not.
I'm not
doing this.
What are the tricks?
Julian, listen to me. Listen to me very carefully.
You need props?
Don't do it.
I need a bunny rabbit in a fucking hat.
Julian.
Can you do it on Patreon?
Julian, listen to me. I'm trying to save you. Do not do it. You're not going to teach me any.
We'll do it on Patreon when Maul goes to the bathroom.
You're going to teach me from Criss Angel's
All
mind.
I need for one trick is a match.
We have matches here. Is that why you always buy matches? It all makes sense.
That's why this
holy shit, it makes
books
sense.
of matches in the back. I'm like, who uses matches?
Get a lighter.
Nobody uses matches.
I like matches.
Because you know the Criss Angel mind
Well,
freak.
just in case, yeah.
Okay.
So what do you do with
you
the
try
match?
to put like your
I
name
make the
in
match
mind?
disappear and then make it reappear.
So you burn it. You strike it and let it burn out.
No. I'll show you guys later.
I don't want to make this Rockefeller again though. Didn't Dame do something with either Criss Angel or David Blaine?
Probably David Blaine. I don't know.
I feel like there's a video of like your brother and Dame like watching David Blaine like jump off some shit in Vegas.
I don't know if it's Criss Angel. Probably David Blaine.
That's fine.
David Blaine had all the celebrities. You were mentioning Maul, the frogs with Chappelle.
Yo, when he spit up those frogs in front of Drake and Dave Chappelle, I was like, see, they was looking at it like, whoa, I got questions, bro. Where was those fucking frogs at?
In his esophagus.
In his stomach.
Yeah, like to me,
who walks around just was like, yo, I'm gonna get this trick off later. Let me swallow 5 frogs and then spit them up around 7:30.
that's interesting.
Like, who does that?
That was interesting about David Blaine. Like he would do magic. He started out doing magic in the street, in the hood, and would just make black people run away immediately. He would just like do a trick and they'd sprint off.
It's the best videos of all time.
Black people are really scared of magic, and I agree with them.
David Blaine is the Antichrist.
But then he started doing these tricks that aren't magic anymore. Now you're just harming yourself. You're keeping 3 frogs in your stomach.
Yeah. Remember when David Blaine did that? He was in that ice box in Times Square for like a week.
Yeah, like that's not magic.
That's just stupid.
Well, no, because a lot of his stuff became endurance tests. So he was very into breathing control and expanding your stomach and like pushing the limits of.
He used to spit the water out.
Julian, we've all been to the pool and said who can hold their breath the longest.
Yeah, but he took that shit seriously.
Yeah, but come on, spitting up 5 baby frogs.
Yeah, he's Peter Pan. He never.
In a champagne flute. Like, come on.
Spitting that up the Dave Chappelle champagne is crazy.
Yeah, like what is that?
And then doing that 5 times over.
He just handing them shits out like drinks. Like, yo, you want one?
And then having orgies with Leo at night. Like it is kind of the dream.
Yeah, it is the dream. Spit up frogs and then.
Well, this new kid, Kevin, right?
Kevin Hamden.
He's, I think, building his way into that world. And I would love to have him on the show.
Magic's back.
Play this clip. I don't think we'll get flagged if we play IG clip.
Now, imagine she's here. Ignore everyone. In a moment, you're going to feel an energy come here. It's going to go all the way up your arm in here.
Why is it all magicians have that
Start
eyebrow
feeling
thing they
that.
do?
Feel it now. Some people feel it burning or you feel it now. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. See, right when you felt it, say the name in your head now to me. In your head, Claudia.
Claudia burnt her?
I was like, right?
So initially, from what I gathered, that's like his biggest trick that he mostly does on Instagram is just read your mind. Like he'll create a scenario and then you'll think of a name and then he'll get it right every single time.
Can you imagine how dangerous you would be if you could read minds, Maul?
Oh my God.
I don't know if I'd want that power.
I feel like
I wouldn't either.
I can bait people into an outcome that I want, but I can't
like manipulation?
read your mind. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But I can't like read your mind. That's fucking like who the fuck's Claudia?
What was that movie with Mel Gibson? He had that power where he could hear women's thoughts.
What women want?
Oh my God, classic movie.
It is.
I'm surprised he didn't get canceled for that yet.
Well, also,
Mel he played
Chappelle show bit. He did what men want, and he had the power to hear all men's thoughts. And he was in the elevator, and one woman walked in, and it's like 6 men, and Chappelle can hear all their thoughts.
The little kid walks in at the end. He's like, oh, an innocent 8-year-old. He's like the same thoughts.
Well, his point, like setting up that premise, was you could not do what men want because like it'd be too gross.
Yeah.
And that was at that time. Even now, I don't think you could do what women want. And now women have changed, or maybe they're just more open with their sexuality. What women want would be kind of gross, I think, in 2024 as well.
Yeah, I think
it'd be similar to Chappelle's bit of what men want.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think so. But again, I think people are just so brash and straightforward and numb to like a lot of shit now, to where people are just like, nothing is like too far.
They never brought Mel to the podium for the Passion of Christ or any of those phone calls, but he would be brought to the podium now because that's like the definition of coercing, right? He would hear their thoughts and just do what they wanted. He'd beat and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, but is that coercion though? Like
if I give you what you want, is that coercion?
Yeah, like if
I found out it was, yes.
If I hear a girl across the room's thoughts and she's thinking about taking me in the bathroom, she wants to give me a blowjob.
Mm-hmm.
If I
Actually, you got it like that. That's a weird scenario that she.
I'm just saying, what if that's her thought?
What if
you
she's
don't
sitting
know.
there like, I hope someone respects me?
Oh, then we respect her, but we do that anyway.
It's called
right?
aftercare.
Yeah, we do that.
Julian,
I want to respectfully give them all.
I'm not even.
Aftercare is sick.
Do you guys prefer this? That's not a kink. You're supposed to do that when you have sex, period. You're supposed to do aftercare.
No.
What's aftercare?
It's definitely
You know, when you get the baby wipe. And
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not aftercare.
No.
Make sure the water's warm.
It's like showing love and affection and like re-energizing the person. Because you know,
if I go get the baby wipes and they steaming hot,
yeah,
and I wipe you down and hold your ankles up like I'm changing your pamper, that's not affection.
But it's like the cuddling. It's like you kiss her on the lips instead of the forehead after head.
No, you can also kiss her on the forehead too. It's like just showing somebody that after sex, it's not just like, oh, we clean up and like we like, you know,
you should leave.
Yeah, not even you should leave, but just like go into the kitchen and like do other things. Like no, like show affection to that person.
What if I dap her and then go to the kitchen?
Gangster.
That kitchen movie kind of clutch.
A girl ever kissed you after sex and was like, great job?
Not the words per se, great job, but yeah, alluding to.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You did good.
Don't kiss me and say good job. Don't do that.
I'll definitely hit him with the check you out.
Do you guys ever think
Demaris is such a nigga? What's wrong with her, yo?
Okay.
Check you out.
I'm trying to get like you after sex.
Check you out is crazy.
Because
a girl say check you out.
I'm not about to be like, wow, you really check you out. Okay, I see you. Like, yeah, I'm not.
That's your pride speaking.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all
I'm about to say that's all that is. You just don't want to admit, like, damn.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I'm not
why?
mad at you. No.
You gotta let that go, babe. You gotta release that. You gotta let it go.
No, I let it go while we were having sex, and then once the sex is over, the person that I was when we were having sex, I am no longer that person.
girls get post-nut clarity too?
Oh,
I would imagine
more than y'all do. I promise.
Well, most of them,
I don't know about me.
most of the time they don't nut either. So
well, there's that. But
yeah, I think it's just regret.
I don't know.
That'd be a bad time to know their thoughts.
Oh my gosh!
You
Imagine
guys-
you could know a girl's
You ain't
thoughts
knocked up.
right after you had sex with
Do you guys plan, because there's moments where if I'm having sex that I will think about 2-3 minutes before I come, I'm like, what am I going to say immediately once this is over? Do you guys ever have that inner monologue? Like, what's the,
You are
what
so
joke
damn.
am I going to land
bro,
on?
you can talk to us. What happened?
What's going to break the ice after I come?
Why is that even a
ice
thought?
need to be broken? The
like,
ice should be broken.
The ice is already. Y'all are having. Is nothing. You are inside of her body.
But then you go, ugh, and then it's like awkward silence. Then you got to say something. What do you like? Do you don't think ahead of that?
Was it
No.
about a year ago when we were trying to explain to Julian? I don't know if it was on Patreon or the regular episode that he was treating sex like just chasing another high.
Yeah.
And he's not really having sex. He's just moving on to the next thing.
I've
You
evolved.
are now proving our point.
I've
even more.
evolved.
During sex, you're
No, you
trying to
haven't.
think. You're trying to think of what to
still on,
say
like,
when it's
5
over.
dating apps, bro. What's wrong with you?
You don't think about what to say when you're on this podcast, but after the nut, that's when you really want to put some fucking thought and some clarification into what the fuck you're gonna say.
That's actually a good point.
Something politically incorrect to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sick.
You gotta kiss her butt cheek.
I like that's fine.
Yeah, kiss her butt cheek and
I'm not mad at that.
walk out the room, go to the bathroom. That gives you a couple seconds
Maybe
to think
cook
about.
a little couscous for her. You know how you do.
Couscous post sex is
It's
crazy.
gross.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could do your magic trick after sex.
After
I could
sex,
do that because usually you want to light a candle during sex.
Yeah.
Like, watch this.
That would get her going.
but you usually like you definitely get your candle trick off before sex.
I actually haven't done. I'll try it.
If you set up
Please
the
don't.
backgammon
You've
board
never-
and
you're
then do
lying.
the
No,
match,
no, no, no.
I'm not in mall. I'm serious. I haven't done it.
You're lying if
I'll
you tell
do
me
it to
you've
you
never
guys
done that
first.
trick to a girl for a girl.
I gotta practice it. I'll do it with you guys first.
You've never done that trick for a girl.
No.
I don't believe you.
Maybe in Chicago.
Here we
not
go.
in New
It was a
York.
windy night in Chicago.
you couldn't get the trick
The
off.
match just
I lost
The match, you lost the match. That's not a trick, Julian. It's just minus 10 degrees and it's windy outside.
Well, anyways, I want to have this magician on. Do you guys believe in magic?
yeah.
He's the greatest point guard of all time.
He made something disappear because he is still doing great.
Healthy as an ox. Strong as a bull, ain't he?
We're not doing that.
He's made more money, gotten stronger.
I'm gonna be
Jesus Christ.
so mad at God when I die before him.
Man, listen.
Anyways, I believe in magic with some people. I don't know if it's like Criss Angel per se. I think he's maybe just good at performances, but I think magic makes this.
I don't know, man. I think a big part of magic is the person that you're performing the magic for. They have to
It's a
believe.
trick.
They have to believe. We have
Yeah.
to believe it. We have to be open to being, deceived and shit like that. Like, I don't know.
Well,
But
I believe in like mediums with certain people, so I feel like magic can somewhere exist on that spectrum.
Who was that?
Like the way there's a
famous
spectrum, I think the mediums are on the magic spectrum.
Remember John Edward?
Oh,
That guy?
God.
The most famous median?
But he was full of shit, right?
Yeah.
Miss Cleo's the most famous comedian, first of all.
Well, he had like a television
Was she a
daytime talk
magician?
show.
No, could tell the future. Same spectrum.
Yeah.
I think magic in other cultures is real and exists, but in American culture, it got commercialized and is used for what we know it as.
Yeah.
Because I studied, like in college, I took like a lot of African history courses, and there were the rituals and magic that was very real to the cultures and the tribes that were. And I go into those class, I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. And then we're seeing all these stories and hearing all these things. I'm like, okay, like this seems more real.
Mhm.
Whereas here, it's always like commercialized and used for profit, and it doesn't seem as like authentic.
Yeah.
My mom and aunt waited in line for John Edward like 5 times. They spent so much money, never got a reading. Then finally went to like some off-Broadway John Edward. It immediately got the most accurate reading ever.
Yeah.
So I believe in it. I just think some people that John Edward to me, and maybe he is real, but the stuff I've seen, like the clips he's put out, he's like that. What's that priest in Houston that scams everyone?
Oh God.
Joel Osteen.
He's like the medium version of that. to me.
God said I need another Ferrari.
Yeah.
But what
That's-
if God said that? See what I'm saying?
Well, I feel a little left out then, God.
Yeah.
Spread the wealth.
Yeah. You have other kids.
I'm your son too.
Yeah, I'm not your favorite. I thought I was God's favorite. I thought we were all. Would you guys go ghost hunting with me? Like at a real
white
place?
man. Like, no, I'm not going ghost hunting
Why?
with you.
Yeah, what's up with you? You went to see your white cousins this weekend?
Yeah.
You start acting white after you go see the family.
Did you guys ever do the Ouija boards? I did that with my white cousins.
I never
No.
did
Well,
that.
I only have white cousins, but
Yeah.
my cousin.
With my white cousin.
But say you got some nigga cousins we don't know about? Like, oh shit, okay.
I have 2 cousins that are half Irish and half Cuban.
Okay.
Spicy
That might-
white.
Yeah, that might be a little, a little sauce, okay.
A little Ariana
Wait,
Grande.
did
Yeah,
the Ouija
little
board
seasoning.
work?
No,
Oh.
Ouija boards don't work, man.
we just listen to too much Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's
Yeah,
all
like,
it was.
that shit is
They
stupid.
do. I think they do.
You think Ouija boards work?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
How?
A bunch of 8-year-olds just trying to.
No, I don't think
Okay.
y'all were using it right.
How are they supposed to use it?
We should have bought the Criss Angel book.
Yeah.
It's a good
That
book.
is sick that you really brought that book.
I'll bring it next time I go.
Please don't.
I'll have my parents.
No, I
send
believe you. I believe you. I believe you got it. But I don't want to see it.
What streaming service did Travel Channel like merge with? Where can I get all their? back
I'm pretty
catalog?
sure either
Criss Angel?
Max or
What?
Paramount Plus.
Travel, because they used to have this Ghost Hunter one with this guy. I don't know if he was Australian or something, but he was clearly full of shit. But it was hilarious. Like he walked into the basement of one haunted house and was like, "The polar bears, they're all over." And it's like, you're seeing polar bears right now? Because he could see the ghost, but nobody else on the crew could see the ghost. He could
Oh,
see him.
naturally.
And like, I was like, "There's polar bear ghosts now." As a kid, I was beside myself.
Do you believe in Ghost Mall?
I think I told this story before.
Styles speak.
I saw. Well, Styles is
The ghost.
The ghost. But I think I saw a ghost one time. Did I tell that story before?
No.
Yeah, I was standing like outside on my block, at, like the building across the street from my building, and it's like the way the building is set up. It's like the outside doors, and then it's like steps to go up to the other doors to actually get in the building. And my homeboys was standing in front of the door. My back is to the street. I'm looking at my friends, and it was this crazy, like, it was just like a figure that it kind of looked like this light, but it was like right there, and then it just kept like bouncing, and then it just disappeared. And I'm looking like, I thought it was the light flickering inside the building, but it was moving. It was too bright, and it was just moving like weird. And I was like, and this was something I couldn't like, while my homeboy was standing, I'm looking past him like, what the fuck is that?
Were you high?
No. So I'm thinking that was some type of spirit or something. Like it was just too bright and too big and just moving just weird. And I was just it was not the light in the lobby. So that was the
spirit of Fordham.
The spirit of definitely the spirit of Fordham. But yeah, that was the first time I saw something where I felt like that was something like out of this world.
Not really a fuck, marry, kill question per se.
Okay.
But who would you rather have invade this year? The zombies, the aliens, or ghosts?
Ooh.
You can put it in order, or you can just pick one.
Well, I think the aliens are already here. So
True.
there's that.
But like when they call their friend.
Try to take over.
The wait's over.
Yeah, bring the aliens, man.
Aliens.
Bring the aliens. Bring them. Come on, let's sit down and kick it with them.
Being homies with a ghost would be kind of cool, though.
I don't like anything I can't beat. That's why the scariest movies to me are like the ones about anything spiritual or any type of infestation of spirits. Like, you can't fight them.
But so much of spirituality in Hollywood is always negative. There's happy, like,
spirits too.
Casper.
I was about to say, what do you,
But like,
come on,
I'm saying, I would
Casper.
have
Casper made us all a better friend.
But like having a ghost, having a ghost homie would be cool.
The greatest ghost movie of all time is Ghost. Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Get off my crane! Get off my crane!
It's actually a pretty spot on impression.
That's the greatest ghost movie of all time. If you never saw Ghost of Patrick Swayze, you missing out. But that is definitely the greatest ghost movie of all time.
I haven't seen this since I was a child. I gotta go back and watch it.
Zombies would definitely be
And if
3.
Bill Cosby wasn't canceled, Ghost Dad, second best.
I don't know if I've seen Ghost Dad.
You never seen Ghost Dad with
I
Bill
don't think so.
Cosby?
No.
Oh my God.
No, I've never even heard of that.
Ghost Dad? I
You
don't
never seen Ghost Dad?
No.
Mom.
Damn, I'm getting old.
We were born in the 90s.
You never seen Ghost Dad? Bro, you know Ghost Dad.
That's what happens when you take a Quaalude and you didn't mean to.
Ghost Dad. Nah, Ghost Dad is the shit.
Have you ever taken a... I'm
I
jealous
wish.
of all the people that took Quaaludes.
I
I've never
We missed the
1990.
Quaalude era. My dad speaks great tales about the Quaalude era. Makes me very jealous.
Well, Wolf of Wall Street made me mad that I wasn't a part of the Quaalude era.
Yeah.
I wish somebody could just go find somewhere.
Actually, I'm talking shit. I was never a pill popper. I'm
I
talking
was going to say, you don't take drugs now.
Yeah, I think
so.
it was just the ecstasy era and Molly era that we got just a little bit better. But,
Seems pretty interesting.
Ghost Dad?
No. Oh,
Oh.
I mean, that too. But Quaaludes. I never was a pill person, but
Yeah, nah, I'm cool.
I think I'd rather have the ghosts invade first because we don't really have too much proof of what they could fuck up. I feel like aliens are smarter than us.
Oh,
Yeah,
aliens
we'd
are
be fucked.
definitely smarter than us.
And I feel like we could ask the ghosts a lot of questions and like really get to the bottom of this religion thing because like they were there.
Yeah.
zombies are dumb too. There's not really much upside. Zombies are just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know you met one?
Huh?
You met one?
Yeah, on Fordham.
Oh, I mean, I was going to say, yeah, I can go right outside.
That was
You.
that was the ghost you saw on Fordham.
Yeah.
You go right to 125th and Lexington Avenue, my brother. You'll meet a lot of zombies.
They hate it when we do this, but I saw some more recent videos coming out of that Kensington Street. In
Oh
Philly.
my God. That's the zombie
There's some
apocalypse.
zombies there, man.
That's the zombie apocalypse right
Their
there.
heads hovering like 3
Oh
inches off
my
the ground. They're
God.
standing up.
I cannot believe that's a real area in America.
Yeah.
I don't know how that shit, like, how did the government not go over there and clean all of that shit up?
Because they put it together.
There you go,
but,
my friend.
capitalism.
Anyways, it was a good sports weekend though. I didn't do much, but football. We got a great game. With,
Shout out to the Lions, man. They got a shot.
I mean, depending on the script of how you look at the NFL, I'm not quite sure. And we'll get.
They
to
got a
that.
shot.
Well,
Shout out
fuck
to
it.
the Detroit Lions.
Fuck it. We can get right into the script and then get into Taylor Swift.
All right, so you one of these people that believe in that the NFL is scripted and that they know who the Super Bowl game is going to be played against, and you're one of those.
This is an interesting angle.
No. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's start with this angle because this tweet went viral, and this has been a thing for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Arian Foster probably had one of the best answers to is the NFL scripted.
Shout out to
which
Arian
was
Foster.
Fucking hilarious. But for the last 2 Super Bowls, the colors have matched the teams that ended up there, and the one on top was always the one that lost. I don't put much merit into that.
So the colors have matched, and the team, that won? What?
So 2 years ago, it was Bengals and LA. LA colors are on the bottom of the logo, and the Bengals colors are on the top.
Yes.
The Bengals lost. Then the next year, it was Eagles, Chiefs. The Eagles colors are on top. The Chiefs are on the bottom. And this was put out before teams went into the Super Bowl. Like they announced this logo with those colors before Bengals and Rams, and before Eagles and Chiefs. They announced this year's logo already. And ironically, it has the San Francisco 49ers colors on top and the Ravens on the bottom. We don't know if they're going to be in the Super Bowl yet. Obviously, San Fran is playing Detroit and the Chiefs are playing the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But it was an interesting thing. And then there was also those tweets of years ago where people were predicting Super Bowls and scores and all that shit. But I don't put much merit into Twitter in that regard. And I think it'd be absolutely like impossible. I've met a lot of football players. I'm sorry to speak down on you guys because you guys are great as a whole. I feel like some of them don't really have the thespian abilities to act out this entire script that you think is about to happen.
Rory's calling out.
Well, when you say
there's just been a few that I've met that are just really good at football.
You saying you can't read either?
CTE,
I
it
feel
happens. It's a real thing.
Well, first of all, I want to make clear, I don't think I could perform a whole NFL script, even if I had the abilities to play in the NFL.
But what about
That's very difficult.
What about the 50 other Super Bowls that don't follow this color scheme rule?
That's what I was about to say.
Because we're looking at the last 2
and
years.
not only that,
there's been 50.
Well, now they're trying to show us.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's just,
The graphic designer is he's a whistleblower.
I get it, but I mean, I think that if there is a script, the players don't know about it.
I think there's some refs that are on the take with the league
Yeah.
and also with Vegas, but I don't think that's a script per se.
Well, the thing about sports is, again, it's about money. It's not so much about competition anymore. It's about money and the teams that are watched the most and the players that put the most fans in the stands and things like that. So do I think that there is a thing where the refs are handed some type of
I think
playbook?
I think that exists in certain scenarios. This
I
is
can
where
see
things
that.
need to lean.
Yeah, because it's money. It's way too much money involved. So I get
Easier
it.
in basketball than I think it is in football.
Yeah.
Way
but
easier in basketball to and we know that refs have been found betting on games that they actually refed and things like that. So but my thing is now with sports betting being legal now, I think that everything is on the table now. Because once you're allowed to legally bet and place wages on games, I think that changes everything. And Pete Rose should be let into the Hall of Fame. Let's just put that out there again. I'm gonna just keep.
I agreed when gambling was illegal that he should have been in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
And just imagine taking like all the college football players and like trying to teach them how to fake football once they got to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
That would be insane. But the games were great. I feel for the Bills. Like I'm sort of a Bills fan.
That was tough.
Wide right again. You guys just
that
can't
was
shake
tough.
that.
That was tough.
Happens,
that was
man.
tough, man.
That's how it's drawn up.
Do you guys believe in the curse of Jerry Jones and the segregated schools?
Hey, I'm not mad at
we're
that
week late,
theory.
but-
I'm not mad at that theory. But one thing I will say,
Because MLK was at the Ravens game, I just feel like maybe
Martin had a dream. I get it.
He dreamt harder.
I understand.
and didn't they put racism on Edgar Allan Poe's jacket? Like maybe there was a reason the ghost of Martin Luther King was at the Ravens game. For those that don't know, it's named after the poem Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
I see how you tie that together right there.
That was the first thing I thought. The ghost of Martin was just, checking up on that racist investment. But like also
racist
why,
investment.
out of all the things like Baltimore, because I feel like the Baltimore Crabs obviously would be too funny and you can't really do that. Out of all the things in Baltimore, why a poem by Edgar Allan Poe? I just never really, there's so many other things you could have done.
It's not a poem, man. It's a bird.
Of
No, but
Raven.
the team is named after that poem, the Raven.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Who landed on that? Like, who the
That's
fuck
what I'm trying to tell
organization
you.
landed on that? What the fuck type of shit? That's
Better off calling it the Barksdales.
Yeah, what is that about?
Yeah, I don't know what the.
See, if I didn't like Lamar, I would be rooting against him now for that dumbass shit. But I like Lamar.
Who do
You can't root against Lamar because they named a team 20 years ago.
Yeah, but get out of here with that.
What of the 4 teams left? Who do you want to take it all the way? Pause.
I would like to see Lamar get one.
Yeah, I'm going for the Ravens.
Same.
I would like to see Lamar, or
Would have been the Bills.
Lamar or the Lions.
Yeah,
Because
I think
nobody in Detroit has ever seen the Lions get this far.
Detroit deserves it.
Yeah, man. It's like, God damn, man. They done paid their dues. Enough is enough. Let them get one.
It's gonna be kind of crazy if it's Detroit and Baltimore in
Ooh, the
Vegas.
niggas gonna be in the building.
In Vegas,
I'm going.
No, you
cardiac
I'm
glasses are
flying
gonna
out.
go crazy.
nigga, the crap table's gonna be so flooded. You're gonna think they giving away fish plates at them crap tables. The Lions and the Ravens in the Super Bowl in Vegas.
But then if you think about it, the Kansas City mob did build Vegas. So
They
the
did.
Chiefs go. Never seen Casino? I wasn't there.
I think every episode Casino gets brought up.
Listen, it's a history book. You ain't watching the
You
right
ain't even do the
shit.
science.
Yeah, you ain't watching the right shit.
But yeah, I don't know. I want a good game.
Yeah,
I hate to
I would
be
like
that
to see
guy.
Lamar get a ring. I just think that he's one of the best players in the NFL right now. One of the best players that I've ever seen. Black quarterback. Baltimore being the city that it is, it just gives them something to celebrate. And as well as Detroit too.
But
So,
back to the script, or maybe the manipulation. Do we think we're going to see some wild calls in the Ravens Chiefs game? Because having Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl
Oh,
would be,
she might just do a guest spot.
yeah. I actually would feel bad for Usher.
They just panned
Like
her the
like
whole
the
show.
whole Usher concert just might be Taylor dancing to
They
Usher.
will.
dancing off beat.
That's
You
what
know-
they do at the
you know-
Grammys.
Taylor gonna put her hands in her hair and
Oh yeah,
being her own little.
she goes
girl.
crazy on the 3.
Yeah, you know that.
I can see that happening though. I can see the commissioner having a conversation with those refs. Like, if you can't make it obvious,
Yeah.
we'd like to see.
Taylor's in the building.
I forgot what publication put out. Does Taylor get a ring if the Chiefs win?
So the Chiefs are
Fucking
playing. The
hilarious.
Chiefs are playing the Ravens.
Yes.
Yes.
San Fran and Detroit.
And the Ravens are at home.
I think Lamar. I think he want that Pat Mahomes smoke. I think he want that. I think he low key feel like, yo, I'm a lot better than you, bro. Like I think Lamar feels like that. Like as most players are supposed to feel like they're the
he does
best.
feel
but-
that way right now and should feel that way, but like objectively,
Nah.
both incredible. I think Pat kind of.
Pat's stats are crazy.
I think Lamar could maybe get there one day, but Patrick Mahomes is like a different.
What do y'all think? All right, so what do you
I think Lamar is a very close second there, but not like, and he very much is the MVP this year, as he should be.
Mhm.
But Patrick Mahomes, like, the last 6 years they've been in the AFC.
No,
Championship.
listen,
He's never missed the championship game.
Like,
I said already.
like he lost to Brady, and that's about it.
He's literally.
Or no, it's
give
in a
him
few
a few more years. His resume is already going to be better than Brady's. He's going to be the best statistic quarterback of all time
Patrick Mahomes?
in half the amount of time.
And
Yes.
also has always had great weapons too as well. Tyreek Hill,
I'm not jacking
Kelce.
that.
Yes.
Lamar has had some years where it hasn't been great, but then has also had some weapons. Either way,
But Lamar was hurt too, wasn't he?
yeah, for a minute. And we won't keep on football this entire time, but it was a football weekend, and we are gearing up for the Super Bowl.
Shout out to the Detroit Lions. Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens.
You guys going to party? Super Bowl party?
Nah.
Hadn't thought about it.
We did win it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, when it was Dr. Dre and Friends.
That was right.
Which was great.
That was a fun night.
It was a very fun night. I think
Super Bowl
Jason
party?
Kelce did the perfect, most, how do I put it? Probably the best possible thing you could do going into retirement with the resources you have. That's a renaissance man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only way you're going to outshine Taylor Swift is take your shirt off next to her and start pounding beers, especially when you have an amazing podcast and you just retired.
Mhm.
This is like GOAT behavior to me. How else could you get shine over Taylor Swift in a booth?
Look at this. He jumps out the booth.
One of the greatest centers of all time, and maybe, as we see this play out, one of the greatest promoters I've seen in quite some time. You're next to T Swift. How do you get any attention?
chugging a
The
beer.
best part of
Is
this
he in
whole,
sweats?
the
Yeah.
best part of this whole thing is he got on Tim's with sweats.
Yeah.
That's a real nigga right there. That's a real nigga.
I want to be his friend. Like, I want to listen to his podcast.
It's so smart of him because not only did he do that, but he obviously, him being Travis's brother, he's automatically associated with the Chiefs. he goes out of his way to get into the Bills tailgate. So he joined like a massive Bills tailgate, chugged from one of their things. And then he also lifted up a little girl so she could see Taylor Swift with a sign. She was a Bills fan. So it's like he's so smart. He's just integrating himself into, okay, I'm just a fan of everyone. So he's doing all this shit with the Bills.
This is
Like,
yeah, but see,
brilliant.
y'all putting too much on it. This is typical drunk white man behavior at the game.
I don't even think
if he wasn't an
smart thing. I
NFL,
think
if
this
he
is
wasn't
him.
an NFL star and his brother wasn't an NFL star, then y'all wouldn't. There would just be another drunk guy at the tailgate.
Okay, but
There's 87 other drunk guys that got kicked out of the stadium for doing the same exact shit.
but they're not the same. All right,
Look at
Ronk the same way.
Genius.
Yeah,
Sometimes just
it's just
simple shit.
it's just
is-
white boy behavior. That's all. It's just white boy behavior
but it's being applauded now.
because of who he is.
Yeah, but he earned this.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But I just think it's smart. He's not like, fuck the Bills. He's not like, let's go. I'm only rooting for my brother. Like, he's doing all this stuff in enemy territory.
And I feel like you're definitely allowed to get off the white boy beer chugging after the last, how many years has he been in the league?
6, 7?
I think even maybe more than that.
Jason Kelce?
Yeah, right.
He's been in the league more than 6 years.
Maybe he's 10.
Travis has
Oh.
been in there longer, and that's his older brother.
Yeah, he's been in the league.
Sorry, 11 years.
All right, 11 years of trying to block the A gap with middle linebackers, cracking your head in. Go have some Bud Lights with Taylor, bro.
Absolutely.
You earned it.
Yeah.
And
I hope your head is okay.
and he's a champion too. So
He's one of
Yeah.
the greatest centers. Hall of Famer. Easy. One of the best centers ever. Did they ever find out who the MLK gentleman was?
I think
Yes.
they did find him.
Twitter was on it. They
Of course
found
they were. Sure, they found his address.
Yo, he looked just like he looked just like Dr. Martin Luther the King, man.
The king.
the king.
That's Dr. Martin Luther the King right there for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty dead on. I hope they bring him. Remember that woman that went viral a few weeks ago at the Chiefs game?
Taylor Swift?
No, it's like some Asian woman was like a huge fan. I think no, she was an LA fan, and they flew her out to a Chiefs game, and they
Mhm.
like put Buffalo Wild Wings, gave her like tens of thousands of dollars to put her in the crowd.
Yeah.
I hope they do that with this guy.
That's risky though, and I'm not putting anything bad on this gentleman's jacket at all. But in the past, like remember, I think it might have been like the Hillary Trump debate. Guys, I promise I'm not going political. There was that guy like Ken that wore the sweater that asked like a question at one of the debates. He went super
yes.
viral.
Yeah,
And like, didn't he end up being kind of creepy?
oh, he got a white woman too.
Oh, that is not very MLK of him.
Yeah, it is.
I'm staying out of this one.
That's his wife?
Yeah. Look at that little son.
Oh, just
We don't know that, is it?
that's his kid. That's their kid.
Look at yes.
Yo, come on. What's his name? Wardell?
We can get off sports, sort of, but not really.
Oh, well, Sports Illustrated got off sports. It's fucking over.
Rest in peace. Well, not really rest in peace. Because they didn't say it was over for Sports Illustrated.
Rest in print.
Yes. Which we saw that coming. They held on as long as possible, but they did lay off a lot of people, which sucks for real journalists. Because, I mean, that's not really a craft anymore.
Yeah,
And you just see it dying and it's like, damn.
prayers to them.
It's not
For
true.
Prayers to them is crazy.
They got laid off.
They didn't die.
And they're like real journalists.
Okay, so we
And like the kid that farts in a girl's face on Twitch is making more money. I feel for them.
Oh, who's the girl?
see?
That's journalism.
Yeah. That's
We're talking about Sports Illustrated.
no, listen.
We all grew up on it. It was one of the greatest things ever.
Sports Illustrated is definitely something that we grew up on, and one of the greatest sports magazine ever. So to know that the company is now, shutting down.
Well,
But I mean,
no, it's not shutting down. They just did a lot of layoffs.
Are they just
Means-
doing digital only?
It appears that way.
But like, because yeah, I would imagine they're not going to give up on the swimsuit edition.
No, they can't give up.
Can't
on
do that.
It's like Playboy.
It's important journalism.
Yeah.
But let's not say it's over for them. They just laid off a bunch of people, which sucks. And I think Pitchfork as well.
Yes, Pitchfork had a huge layoff as well for their writers. And
Well, that's
I was reading that Universal Music Group, Atlantic, a lot of people allegedly are doing big layoffs this year. Like it's getting rough out there. That's
Well,
why you laughing, and I'm like, damn.
No, but I think that it's really just because of, now athletes have their own platforms and their own way of getting their stories out. When you have social media, a lot of these athletes now have their own podcasts.
Same goes for artists. That's why you don't need as big of a staff.
Yeah, so it's just a sign of the time, and it's
Damn.
probably because a lot of people rather control their own narrative.
Anna Wintour is a gangster. So Condé Nast, which obviously she runs, bought out Pitchfork, and while she was bringing them into network and laying off the staff, she kept her sunglasses on.
Gangster.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, that's Anna Wintour. I mean, she's going to keep her glasses on if she wants to keep her glasses on.
I mean,
and if you land
I feel
somebody
like
else,
you
what
could
if she had like watery eyes and she didn't want them to see how
She did not
emotional
have
she
watery
was?
eyes.
I promise she didn't have any emotions
we don't.
letting go.
Does she have eyes?
That's
We
a
don't even
fact. We've never
We
seen
don't
her
even
eyes.
know.
We've seen Anna Wintour's eyes before. What are y'all talking about?
I feel like I could probably get a new job pretty easily, especially in the media space, if while I was being laid off by Anna Wintour and she had sunglasses on,
Winter.
I just took a full glass of water and threw it right in her face.
You would never.
Complex would hire me immediately.
Oh, for sure.
Well, not me, but the
No,
person,
definitely
the
not.
hypothetical person I'm talking about.
Well, I feel bad for Sports Illustrated though. That is like a childhood, like, you know.
I mean, it's an end of an era in Pitchfork too. I mean, obviously different. But Pitchfork hasn't been around as long as Sports Illustrated, but Pitchfork was an era in my life as far as music went, and
For
where
sure.
I found new music, and
Absolutely.
their stamp meant a lot, whether you like it or not, or whether you agreed with Pitchfork, or whether you thought it was too many hipstery shit. Either way, their stamp meant something. They still were like the last people actually reviewing albums with real journalism. So
Mhm.
it's kind of trash to see this happen. I get it, and things are moving forward, but I can be nostalgic and sad for a day.
Started in Chicago, Pitchfork.
But do we expect
Should have
that?
done the match trick. You would have got hired.
Don't we expect that to happen though with like a lot of print
Yeah.
things, like for that to kind of phase out? I mean, everything is digital now. Everything is
But I mean, you looked at Complex started out as print and then clearly changed with the times
Yeah.
and made a whole media company and
Mhm.
took everyone under them. So yeah, you see it. It's just Pitchfork probably tried to hold on to their journalistic integrity for too long. Even though they've had some bullshit in the past, don't get me wrong, they at least backed it with real explanations. It wasn't as salacious as certain lists sometimes, even though they did. I think it was them that did the Ice Spice thing recently. It was like, y'all should have done this 10 years ago if you wanted to stay afloat.
Yeah.
They were like too busy actually reviewing albums in
See, that's
the
fucked up.
way fans want.
See, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. They have journalistic integrity and then they don't last the times.
Yeah, that's how
That's
it goes.
fucked up, man. That's fucked up. But like you said, that's how it goes. So I mean, I get it, but that's fucked up.
I
You
mean,
gotta keep some type of integrity when it comes to art and sports and things like that. Like that's something that I get. You know, times have changed and things are different now, but you got to keep some integrity in play here.
I mean, I put it back to TMZ and the Daily News. The Daily News always had like the most bullshit in huge letters. Even when journalistic integrity existed, it would be the Times, and then you'd have the Daily News with just an asinine headline in huge letters that made no fucking sense. And people were like, "Oh shit," and picked it up. And they're still thriving with print. They're doing just fine because they do the bullshit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you know, in TMZ,
Tabloids.
I don't need to explain that one. But anyways, speaking of the Pitchfork era, for some reason, the Lupe Fiasco and Kid Cudi beef is back ignited.
Did you think we needed this in 24?
No.
It's not a good way to start 24.
Also, I'm not mad.
Not gonna get any good music out of this.
I don't think we will because it started out everyone wanting peace. But just to give a quick backstory for those that don't know, because it took me researching to even figure out where this beef really stemmed from. I just guess I don't really remember Kid Cudi and Lupe having beef. I guess I just missed that day on Twitter. But
I
it
remember a little back and forth, but I didn't think it was beef.
Yeah. It seems like in 2014, because this interview resurfaced with my guy, Zane Lowe, who loves me.
Yep.
Zane, I want to piece it up the same way Cudi and Lupe did. You and I
There you
can
go.
we can solve this.
Be progressive.
Nah, fuck that.
And I'm sure Zane has no interest in piecing things up with me or cares. Cudi was being interviewed by Zane, which I'm sure was a phenomenal interview. And I'm sure Zane asked all the right questions, poignant questions.
Probably the most challenging interview of Cudi's career.
For sure. And I'm sure it was amazing. And we love Zane. And
Zane wants to beat you up so bad he has a migraine. Hey, Lupe tweeted that.
imagine.
I felt him though. I understood what he was saying.
So imagine if Zane retweeted that Lupe tweet that you just said.
Yeah.
It said, bro, I know the feeling.
Yeah. Like,
And then added me.
I know what he mean though. I know what he mean. It's like sometimes it's certain people that just get your blood boiling like that.
Yeah. So Cudi was telling Zayn that before he got famous, he worked at the vape store, which a lot of people know, especially Cudi fans. It's like one of his things. And Lupe came in there to just shop, and he hid in like the break room or downstairs in the basement because he didn't want Lupe to ever be able to say, yo, you sold me clothes when he got famous, which to me is a really weird thing to think of.
That's weird. That you're thinking like that.
Like,
and that far down the line.
And thinking that me and Lupe will have beef one day. And maybe Cudi was right this whole time, and maybe he's one of the aliens that can see the future.
I can't trust people that think that far down the line.
To have beef with someone, I think that's strange. I think you can think down the line, like
not that
one
far.
day maybe I'll work with Lupe.
Not that far though.
But
that's like, because now you're seeming everything you do now from this point on to me. If you tell me like that's your way of thinking, I think that you're way too calculated.
This is like a That's So Raven moment. Like he, you know,
in camouflage.
Yeah, like
because
he
it's
had
big.
the premonition, and then he made it become true, but it never really was a thing until he invited that into his, you know.
But I'm with Maul though. If I'm watching this interview and we have I think Cudi did go on to say, well, he doesn't even like me, so look at that. I would feel right about not liking you because why are you thinking that?
Yeah,
that makes me think you're trying to have beef with me.
It's weird. It's weird for you to just like you're creating this energy now between us. Like you ever meet somebody and you feel like y'all have an issue, but you don't know what it is.
Yes.
That's just, it's like, bro, like I do that a lot. Like there'll be people, but see, what I realize is it's because, or what I think it is in my case, I think that when you see somebody like that you feel like there's always something, whenever you see them, just like the energy is weird. I think that's because that person has spent so much time talking shit about you that when they finally see you, they're acting like, oh shit, he may have heard me. He may have heard something I said.
Yeah, there's
so the energy is just weird. So what I do is I throw them off their whole script because they're acting anyway. They're acting like they like me when they don't. I throw them off their script and just say what's up to them first.
Mm.
I'm like, yo, what's up, fam? How you? And just watch them like, oh, I was supposed to say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take they line from them. Like, yeah, that was you. You just scripted with me. You acting with me because you really don't fuck with me. And I don't know why, which is weird because it's like, as men, why do you not like me, especially if I don't know you and I never like.
Well, you're catching them in their own brain going, oh, fuck. I forgot this beef is one-sided.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
It's like, I don't know you to have.
I've only talked behind his back. Shit.
Right. It may have gotten back to him. He may have heard something I said. Are we going to fight right here? Like, no, we're not. I'm going to say what's up to you and make you feel awkward.
When the reality of it is you never said anything publicly, so why should there be an issue?
Exactly.
You're in your brain.
So I feel like that's what a lot of this is.
Yeah. And then I think in 2016 it was Lupe was doing like customized verses on Twitter for $500, which Cudi said, and I quote, according to Hip Hop DX, because I don't remember this beef, was that's a bit sketch.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe that's what this is all about?
I suppose, even in my research, it was hard to find much stuff that was a problem between the two of them. But Lupe...
This only happens in hip-hop.
Lupe in no way has ever been good music, per se. But he was like, a cousin. Almost. He was always around the good music camp. And we've heard about internal issues between Sean and Cudi, between Kanye and Cudi. I think there's more behind the scenes that we're not as privy to, even though we have a few examples of why they have beef.
This is just hip. I feel like if Slash said, yo, I'm doing $500 guitar solos, right? I don't think that Chris Martin from Coldplay jumps in and be like, yo, that's a little sketch.
He might have got hacked.
Yeah, like this only happens in hip hop.
Yeah. And I guess it's a little odd because Cudi, like, he tweets, but like, why are you coming out of your cave to talk about my $500 verses?
I can understand that.
Either way, we're talking about Cudi moving a little weird during that Zayn interview. I think we can give people grace and redemption when they openly admit, hey, I've been moving weird.
Mm-hmm.
He just had a reconciliation with Kanye, and I thought penned like a great letter about their relationship and how he's moved. And it's not just on Ye, even though Ye wild's out, I still have a lot to do with it. And it seems like he took that healing energy and went to Twitter, and the now deleted tweets, I'll paraphrase, because for some reason we can only find all the hate.
Mm-hmm.
Said to Lupe, hey, I moved weird before. I apologize. Shouldn't have been doing any of that. Which Lupe immediately, and I saw this part in real time, said, that's all I ever needed. Which I feel him. Sometimes you just need someone to apologize and say what they're wrong for. And you're good.
No, what happened was, see, I'm gonna give you what really happened.
And then
Cudi got one of those. He saw one of those videos of Lupe swinging that samurai in his backyard,
I'm terrified.
and then decided, like, you know what, this ain't the nigga you want to beef with. He knows something I don't.
Yeah, Lupe's scary because Lupe can fight with his hands, and he subscribes to the Second Amendment in a great way. And if the Second Amendment's taken away, he can get on his samurai.
Yeah, he's got a
Shit, like,
katana.
Yeah, you don't
like
wanna...
he's gonna survive. Like whatever. When we talk about if the ghosts, the aliens, or the zombies attack, Lupe is one of the people I would want to be like in the same neighborhood as.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get behind Lupe
a
because
good
he's
neighbor
gonna
to
survive.
have. He's a good neighbor to have if the zombies come back, for sure.
So
Like, you don't want to mess with somebody like on their downtime, they just doing like
no.
samurai solos on IG. Like, I just don't think that's the guy. There's other rappers you can go at. Because Cudi probably can, Lupe can out-rap you.
Yeah,
He's probably going to beat you in Street Fighter.
100%.
And then he knows how to swing a samurai or katana, whatever the fuck you call it.
And I'm sure he's proficient in nunchucks.
all of that shit.
And you can like find anything and make it a nunchuck.
Yeah.
So like So
Yeah,
he's just
you-
not someone.
Yeah, leave Lupe alone, man.
You remember back when Lupe called in the old spot and mistaken me for somebody that said something about him,
Yes.
and I bitched up immediately. I was like, "That was not me, Lupe. I am a fan.
You
You have me mistaken with another white person. I did not say a bad word about you, and now I'm terrified that I've been walking around this world not knowing I had beef with Lupe Fiasco. But we cleaned it up, and it was the wrong person.
Yeah.
All white people look alike, so I don't fault him. With that said, after this, that's all I needed. 5 minutes later, Lupe did what I do sometimes as well. Nah, fuck that. I need more than this apology. We got to talk. And then for the next 24 hours, it was a bunch of Lupe tweets, which you've already quoted so far.
I want to beat this nigga up so bad I'm getting a migraine. That's hilarious. That should be in a museum. Kid Cudi is a bitch and continues to be a bitch. Ain't nobody finna bring up he used to work at the Bape store to diss his bitch ass for having a regular job there before he was famous. And now he does an interview a couple days ago. He says, I'm mad at him because he used to hide from me at the Bape store. Hiding from the Bape store is just funny. Before he was even in the music game because I would use it against him later on a diss record, on some job shame. That's nasty work. Yeah, that's just weird to think that, man.
But then they went back and forth of
Like
Cudi saying,
like seriously, let's go a little. Let's just look a little deeper into that thinking.
Mhm.
Like how insecure is Kid Cudi?
That's because he put
I think
himself.
he's admittedly
I
on
think
his
it's pretty
music.
evident.
Yeah.
in
Yeah, but
his-
it's like, bro, nobody. But you cause more problems by being that insecure than like.
Well, it made his career.
I mean, it made some good music. It made some good music, but still, it's like now it. You know what I'm saying? In real life, it transfers into relationships now with people, where it's like, do you thought that I would diss you later on for working at a bait? Like that was in your brain, so you manifested this energy that I may or may not have for you.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I forgot. I'm all
Okay.
getting this shit off.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, think about how insecure that is.
Well, if you look at Cudi's history, it is not just with the good music example I was making, and I'm gonna really pitchfork and nerd out here. I remember when Cudi and Wale were like the next guys before even Drake was the next guy, and they had beef.
Yeah.
And this is where I do have respect for Cudi in the way he talks about his mental illness and his insecurity, because I know he's actually telling the truth and not exploiting it.
Mm-hmm.
The mentally ill person is very tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Like that's where I laugh that a lot of these singers and artists will do the mentally ill thing on a record, and then in person, you're not mentally ill. Like, that's how I know you're exploiting it. You're a joy to get along with.
In real life.
And I respect Cudi now for this late into his career and his life having reflections of I didn't handle things very well with a lot of people. And I also respect Lupe for being like, nah, I need more than just an apology. Yo, I was tripping on Twitter.
I understand that.
And then they went into a whole
Let's
DM
talk in real life.
exchange. And
Let's
then
talk in real life. Away from this timeline, social media. Let's talk in real life. Let's get on the phone. Let's have a real conversation. Again, and I think that's, it's okay for things to play out like that, but then privately, we also need to have a conversation as well. So I respect that.
What I like from this exchange when it got to the now better side of things, they'd had the phone call privately, like you said, but to close the chapter and to let the public know, because this all started on the timeline, he did detail, hey, I was wrong. I apologize. My bad. So I like that. Like, at least you don't owe people an explanation, but it's nice to see that you came back here.
Accountability.
Yeah, exactly.
Accountability changes everything in our culture, changes everything in our lives. If we just take accountability for the things that we do. And sometimes you get to a point where you might have to take accountability for things that you don't do.
Mhm.
I've seen situations where it was like, that wasn't my fault, but you know what? My bad. I apologize.
Have Sean and Cudi ever deaded their beef? That would be one I would like to see. The same way I would love Lupe and Cudi to make music together, I would love Sean and Cudi to make music together again as well. Because they had it. Theirs is a little personal.
Yeah.
So, which I mean, from the outside looking in, I'm not sure Sean did anything wrong, but you know.
Thinking about rap beef and beef over the years in hip hop, like, you know, you get older, you start to think differently. And like, you think like, yo, did some beefs and some, you know, unfortunate events have to happen in order for the culture to grow and for other artists to, you know, become who they are and things like that? Like, it's a lot of things that happen that I think we don't think about enough. Like, what if that doesn't happen? Like, if we don't lose Tupac or Biggie, like, how much did that affect the culture and how much did that allow for the culture to shift and grow?
I mean, that's a good question. But always, I don't want to like bring it into a Hove thing, but I always hate that, if Big didn't die, Hove wouldn't be where he's at. But I mean, they did pass and things changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even really understand the angle of that combo sometimes. Yeah, I'm sure things would have been drastically different if two superstars didn't die at 24 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I look at beefs where no one was killed. 50 in Game, if they would have stayed together,
Mm-hmm.
I think they both would have had a longer run in the way they did at that time in their careers. Game went on to have an amazing discography. Obviously, 50 is doing just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the two of them together, we get a longer run music out of them
Mm-hmm.
in the Billboard charts.
Mm-hmm.
But we also got amazing disc records from them. So
Yeah.
it's like, all right, does it matter?
But you know, I mean,
Jay and Nas, not much changed. It's great to see them together.
but I'm just saying, just think about just the beef aspect, because we don't talk about enough.
I'm talking about rap beef. Not, I mean,
Rap
Yeah.
beef. I'm like, what happens if, like, how many years did we lose because of a Jay and Nas feud? How many years of great music from those two together did we lose? Because they were both at a younger age, you know, they were both experiencing different, like, this was Jigga and Esco. This was Hove and Esco at that time.
Yeah, but how many moments do we lose? And I'll use them as an example because from my understanding, I don't know. I don't think anyone was harmed or passed away,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
Some nasty things were said between each other.
Right.
But look at the amazing moments we got out of, I'm okay with on wax negativity. That's, a battle.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the moments we got with Takeover, with Ether, with Super Ugly, with like other freestyles, the radio moments we got, Summer Jam, like what could have been Power 105 shit with Nas doing some insane things with a noose. But we got a bunch of great moments out of beef. I think it's great when no one is harmed because we get great moments.
Yeah, but
I don't know if they don't have that beef that they ever get to become friends because it's probably just a bunch of tension that was there before. And we're going to work together. They're going to send subliminal shots. They never really get to this moment without that confrontation. So I don't think we get anything out of it. I think now we got a bunch of great moments with music and now they're friends because they finally had that confrontational moment.
Maul, I get your point, but I don't I don't think any song that Hove and Esco would have did at their height when they were beefing, any song that they would have did together wouldn't get quoted as much as leaving condoms on your baby car seat. Like, I don't think anything would
Hell
get
no.
quoted as much as that. So I get
What?
like,
Nah.
no.
No. Hell no. That's
What,
beef.
what gets quoted more? Condoms on your baby seat or he was the son of my mother's friend on Black Republican.
But I mean, it's you're gonna quote a beef lyric more anyway. That's just like you throwing a shot at somebody. Anytime somebody throws a shot, that's gonna be quoted more.
But I don't think we get the growth that Jay and Nas have between their relationship without the confrontation. Like
Yeah.
the moments were great, and I don't think you get the Art of War concert. That was the name of it, or I Declare War concert, where they ended up making peace,
Mm-hmm.
which was ironic, I guess, in entendre.
Mhm.
I don't think you get
But they did Black Republican?
No, that was before. They did Black Republican after. This was the first time they were on stage.
Yeah,
together.
I declare war.
Yeah, I don't think the growth I think does come out of confronting the tension that there is between two people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were sending shots from, Volume 2 and on I Am, Nas was throwing shots. Shit, he might have been on Street. Either way, it was going on for so long with all these little shots. And they weren't friends. They weren't making music. Finally, they had a confrontation. And then after that, they had a real conversation and became friends. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have real conversations until you actually have the confrontation and have the all-out
Sometimes
bullshit.
that breaks the ice.
Yes.
Like, listen, we know, like
I'm
I said,
saying
it's obviously
no violence.
It's obviously some tension here.
Yeah.
It's obviously some women in common here. You know how that goes. I mean, you know how that goes. Like that's usually why artists have beef with each other.
Yeah.
It's if you just let niggas talk long enough, a girl name gonna pop up like, oh, there it is. That's why they don't fuck with each other. So it's good to see, people or men or artists get older and move past certain things and become more mature. But sometimes I do sit back and think, like, it's a lot of shit that happens in our culture that I think if it was avoided, if certain beefs were avoided, how many things would we have gotten if that was avoided?
I think we get Jay and Nas's good end story, unfortunately, because of course, Big and Pac's thing was much different and a lot more things were attached to it. And maybe the ending really had nothing to do with their actual beef.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, I think that was probably in the back of Jay and Nas's brains.
Yeah. They were very close to that shit.
And not only that, we live in the same city and our friends live in the same city and we frequent the same spots. That could have gotten way worse than an East Coast, West Coast beef.
Yeah.
Like we're in the same, we all go to this club in Manhattan.
I think that was a big part of the beef too, though. It was like we both from the same city. It can only be one king of New York.
Yeah.
So I think
that's the shots that we're taking at each other.
Yeah, but it's like, it's cool, but it's just whack that it always has to be a beef, though. Like, we could be competitive. Hip hop is a competitive genre and an art form. But I just feel like it doesn't always have to go beef to be competitive.
Yeah. I also think, and I'm not being messy because she said it publicly, Carmen having a miscarriage with Jay's baby is crazy because, like, she would have Nas and Jay's baby.
Nasir Carter.
That'd be fucking wild.
I mean,
that's a crazy Christmas.
Them child support payments be hitting.
Look where she go.
Wow.
She go right to the child support payments. Look where she go.
What?
What about being raised in the house of love? What about
family?
being a very artistic kid?
What about the
and
nuclear
like,
family?
Yeah, just child
It wouldn't
support
be
payments.
A nuclear family.
We've seen Nas
Neither
and
of
Jay
them-
both be great fathers.
Yes, but neither. It wouldn't be a nuclear family.
It would be the Brady Bunch with Boom Bap.
Mm.
Okay.
That's sick. You think about it, that's sick.
Carmen's face in the middle. Just Jay and Nas.
Artwork alert.
Oh man.
Doesn't Michelet have babies with Suge and Dr. Dre? That's got to be an interesting Christmas.
How do you know that?
How do you not know that? I watched the Michelet doc.
Yeah.
Or the series. Surviving Compton.
Yes, so
Surviving Compton.
I think it was Surviving.
Do they still have Where Are They Now?
What do you mean?
I don't think so, no.
They don't do that no more? Wasn't that on like what channel was that on?
Where are they
MTV,
now?
if I'm not mistaken, or VH1.
No, not that one. VH1.
VH1.
Is that Where Are They Now?
Oh my God, I used to love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
missed that, man.
Click it. Which show was this again?
Where they would talk about some artists from like the 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a
okay.
nice little history
Yeah,
lesson.
yeah. I remember this.
And they would just give you an update on where these artists are, what they're doing, what they did after their big hit or their big, album and things like that.
But in a VH1 way. Like
So,
this
yeah.
would be hilarious if HBO did it.
Yeah.
Like with artists that aren't doing as great.
But each one was themed, so it wasn't just music. It was like musicians, kid stars, bands, totally 80s. So it was like you focus on an era and then get the history of it and see where the people that were leading that are.
Mhm.
Most of them were dead.
I mean,
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Julian. We
Drugs.
appreciate
Wow, they're
that.
going to do I can't wait till they do the podcast 20 years from now.
Look where she's trying to put us.
20 years from now?
What?
Were you trying to suggest we be dead?
No, I
Okay.
didn't suggest that. I was just.
That was the theme of the show, though.
Not all the artists weren't dead.
That's-
man.
Are you good?
All the artists weren't dead.
Anyways, do we have voicemails?
You've got mail.
I wanted to start today we haven't done this before. I think it'd be interesting. So we had that really great call in about the father who was nervous about being empathetic and loving to his son, his 11-year-old son. So we had another gentleman call in that's also from Michigan, and he wanted to give that guy advice and add to that conversation. So I figured I'd play this first. We'd probably end up talking a little bit about it, and then I have a whole new voicemail. But this seemed like a fun tie-in.
Hello, my name is Joshua. I'm from North Carolina.
Sorry.
Not a question, but I'm more so calling in reference to Bobby from North Carolina who submitted a voicemail. I just kind of wanted to respond to it and just tell him that, like, I know how he feels. I'm a young father as well. My son's only 2. And there's a lot that I had to learn. And it's kind of that in today's modern world, you're not going to be able to get by with just protecting and providing. You are going to have to show your son a lot of affection, especially early on. And you can temper that affection as he gets older, and it's time for him to more so learn things about being a man. But while he's a kid, you do need to show him that affection because he needs to have that trust built up in you. That's just how kids are. They are going to receive things different than we are with our adult logical thinking brain. Kids are not going to receive things the same way. Even if you guys don't share this on the podcast, I do hope you share it with Bobby, because I would really like for him and his son to just have the best relationship that they can going forward. All right. God bless.
Oh, that sounds nice. From
good words.
Very nice. Right?
From a
Nice
potential
words of
red state
encouragement.
as well. Like,
Yeah.
that was nice to hear that he cares about men's
Sounds
feelings.
like he was on his John Deere, get ready to go and tend to the grass.
He didn't really tell you how to do that, though.
Yeah, no.
No, you're just saying, like, it was more of an encouragement rather than, like, you're saying you're do the right
It wasn't a
thing.
tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the other gentleman was nervous to even do it, let alone how to do that.
Well, that's probably because he didn't have that in his life. Well, I think he said that, right? Growing up, he wasn't.
Yeah, so, I mean, Josh needs to give us some answers.
Rory's like, hey, you didn't really answer our
You putting this
question.
all on Josh?
Me and the other gentleman were nervous about that.
Listen, raise your kids with love. Simple. Love your kids. Raise them in love. Raise
Well,
them in love. raise them in
a
love.
lot of people don't know how to love as an action. They only know love as an emotion. A lot of people do not know how to actively love.
You'll figure it out. You will. As long as you love your kids, I think.
So
I
you're
think
saying
you
this
figure it
caller didn't give advice, Maul's advice. You'll figure it out.
out. No, I'm just saying.
I'm
if
calling
you-
to say, I don't know how to figure this out. And
no,
then-
like
yeah, you'll be all right.
You go,
perfect.
bro.
Perfect. Here's a perfect example. Perfect example. He
Go
wasn't. He wasn't raised in only child. Was you? I mean, well, I think he was raised in love, but he feels like maybe there was some things that
Yeah,
he missed out on. Now with his daughter, that doesn't transfer to his daughter.
Well, if you
It's love.
if you remember the voicemail,
First time father
I
doesn't
was,
really know what he's doing. He's figuring it out because he loves his daughter.
and my response to the original voicemail, not this gentleman's, was I was also thinking if I have a son, how to have the same love that I have for Amara because of how we were raised in the era we were raised in. I may have a different viewpoint, which is fucked up and unnecessary, that I may not give my son the same amount of love based off that stupid misogynist thought that we need to raise our sons as men and they don't get as much affection and love. So I agreed with the last guy. It's a nerve-wracking feeling. That's why I kept saying to y'all before Amara was born, I want a daughter first.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the selfish reason that daughters take care of their fathers and sons just tell their fathers to fuck off and,
Send you to the nursing home.
you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I also
That's
thought
fucked
that
up.
because of how I was raised and maybe not some of the most healthy ways, that I would probably adjust to loving a daughter that I would to a son. I may be a little harsher to a son, which I don't want to do, but I am self-aware of how I was raised.
I don't think so.
And-
I think you'll be just as loving and soft
Oh,
with your son as you
I
are
do
with
too,
your
and I have confidence in it, but it still is a thought in the back of your head. Like I understood the last voicemail before when he was saying he was a little nervous about it. Like
Mhm.
it's not the same as having a daughter.
I think it's little things like if your daughter falls and hits her knee, like you jump up quicker and kind of run to them. But if it's your son, you kind of peek at him and watch how he's gonna like
That's kind of what we're talking
handle
about on a
himself
small
little bit.
scale.
But still love and encourage your son. But it's not the same like handle with delicacy as you would with your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're very delicate with your daughter, and even when she's not just a child anymore, you're still like very soft with her. And then you get to a point with your son where it's like you want to just see how he would problem solve or how he would figure out whatever.
The other side of being raised in a misogynistic society is that very thing, that our sons sometimes don't get as much attention because we figure they just have to figure that shit out.
Well, some people
be a man, figure that shit out when they're like, hey, I kind of need some parenting here.
But I've seen a lot of fathers on like social media where they train their daughters treat them like, give them the same treatment they would give their son. Their daughters are into sports, boxing, all of these things, very physical, very athletic, very like, they encourage that too. Like teach them how to like handle themselves, how to do things like with cars, how to change a tire. Like a lot of women always say, my dad taught me how to change a tire, how to do things with a car and things like that. Like, I think that's great too. Women should know how to do those things.
Yeah, but to the original caller's point and even this follow-up point, I don't think it's so much about the physical skill building per se.
Just love and
I think he's just talking about the affection and empathy you have for their emotional
Love your
side.
kids, hug your kids, kiss your kids, boy or girl.
Like there is no playbook, but you need to be the person that's saying the things and being vocal with your child. So I think it helps when people call in and are like, yo, bro, I'm doing the same thing and I'm trying as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's not like he didn't give like the best advice, but he's like, yo, you're not alone. I think
let love lead the way.
I didn't think of it that way.
Well, yeah, well, shit. We can cut all that and just play that part. Let love lead the way.
Let love lead the way. You'll figure it out.
All right. Speaking of love, we have a classic tale. I think Demaris can carry the answer on this next one. It's about love from high school and seeing it through 10 years down the line.
Oh, fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
What's going on, guys? All right, I got to fit this in real quick. Pause. So
thank you.
I knew this girl back in high school, and we were super cool. We dated, talked, or whatever for a short period of time. Fast forward, I'm 31 years old. My best friend moves in with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's best friend also happens to be the girl who I was referring to, who I knew back in high school. So we all hung out, and I hadn't seen her in years, 13, 14 years. I haven't seen her in so long. And, like I said, we got along so well back in the day. And even when we met up this time, like nothing changed. Like I felt like she got all my jokes. She understood my humor. Now, what I'm thinking is that I should just play like the slow game and just tell the homie and be like, yo, like, let's all like kick it again. Like, no pressure. Like, I don't want to be like, yo, hey, like, is she single? Like, type shit. I just kind of want to play the slow game and then just like letting things naturally happen. I'd love to get everybody's perspective. Julian, Rory, Demaris, Maul, fuck it, even Yomi. But yeah, I'd appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for creating good content every week. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, Damien, for that voicemail.
Just quick immature point before we get to the real thing. Is he sure that his homie's not knocking it down?
What? It's
his girlfriend's best friend.
Oh, okay, cool. Still asking.
Rory.
They moved in together, right?
He moved in with his girlfriend.
We were just talking about off microphone that you guys accidentally eat pussy with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Oh, you're talking
to Demaris.
Okay.
That was directed at Demaris.
Right.
If you're looking
Said
at
you
audio.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say that.
Well, okay.
You did say
I'm looking for your point. I'm looking for you to drive it home.
Oh, I don't have a point. I'm just asking if like maybe someone else is fucking her.
Okay, that might be possible.
Well, I'm sure she's having sex with somebody.
But like
his point.
Wasn't she brought into the circle by his other friends?
He was brought into the circle. They have, oh, Jesus. His best friend has a girlfriend. The girlfriend's best friend is the girl from high school.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I said immature.
And I'm sure she's having sex with some guy or girl in the world, I'm sure.
What she's doing with her pussy doesn't matter.
That
doesn't-
very true.
It
Listen-
matters when I start doing something with it, though.
He's not even there yet, Maul.
Well, he's trying to get there. That's why he's going to leave it a voicemail. He's trying to figure out, how do I get to the next? Listen, man, just let it be known, man. Don't play the slow game because then you slow and then she start dating somebody else. Or
No, play the slow game. This is why. This is why.
See, I knew
What do you
Demaris.
think he beat first in high school?
I don't think so.
nah,
Okay.
he
Probably
ain't.
not.
He not
They
acting like
dated,
he not
talked.
acting like he saw her naked before. Because when you saw a girl naked before and y'all had sex, you ain't moving like this.
They were in high
Well, in high school,
was also
yeah.
I don't
13
even when
years
I was
ago.
in high school. If I had sex with a girl in high school and now that we're adults, you think that I'm gonna be like, yo, like, should I play the slow game?
You know how much can happen in 13 years?
It don't matter. Like we've already crossed that threshold.
Maul. Yes, it does matter.
No, it does. If we had sex,
You don't
in
think
high
she
school,
changed in 14 years?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not gonna be like, yo, should I play the slow game?
Yeah, it's just
I
a whole
know
new
her.
human
Yeah,
being.
but just because
I'm
you
not
beat
You
saying-
don't know her. You
Maul,
don't know.
you don't know her at all.
over a
You don't know
decade
her at
ago.
all.
Bro, I understand that. Y'all keep saying the same shit. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you go right at him like, yo, what's good? I'm trying to fuck again. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not going to be calling the podcast.
Remember
leaving a
chemistry?
voicemail like, yo, what do you think I should do? Should I play the slow?
You're not gonna call.
I know her. I'm gonna talk to her. Like, yo, like, what's going on? What's going on? What's new in your life? How you been? It's no calling, asking, should I play the slow game? I know this girl. We had sex before. Like, I'm not playing. You don't have to play the slow game with somebody you had sex before. Now, you don't just try to ram it in her again. Like, no. But you definitely don't be like, yo, should I play the slow game? And like,
Yes.
hey. Like,
No.
No,
Okay.
let's hear.
Well,
Okay, so Demaris doesn't agree. Please let her.
Jesus fucking
go.
Christ.
I want to get back to that point though. Go ahead.
I do think that you should play the slow game in this. I think that you should ask your homeboy if she's dating anybody, because your homeboy is probably going to keep that to himself, or where he might have a conversation with his girl, whatever. But I do think that, you should find out if she is dating anybody, which honestly, that doesn't, unless she has a boyfriend, that doesn't matter.
That's a fact.
Because what I don't want to happen, because she is a completely different person than she was 14 years ago. So you might still be on that type of time, but she
what
might,
if she ain't though? Because we don't never talk
That's-
about how a lot of y'all don't be the same person. Right or wrong? You never meet a girl you went to high school with, you ain't seen her in 15. You be like, yo, you still on that? Like, you still the same chick. Like,
But
that happens.
He seems like a reasonable guy. I don't think if she was the same person, he'd be wanting to pursue. Seems like they
How did you get
rekindled.
that
He was like,
from
"Oh, you turned out to be a pretty cool person."
How did you get that from a minute and 28-second voicemail?
because he said it.
Seems reasonable.
He said that she wasn't the same girl since high school?
But he said,
No, he's saying he liked her then, and he's
He's
still
like,
likes
"Oh,
her
she
now.
gets my humor," and
Yeah.
after their rekindling of seeing each other again, he got to know her again because it's high school.
Okay, so is it
14 years later, you are not the same person.
Okay, so is it safe to assume that
Fact.
a lot of things about her are still the same because he's still attracted to her? She might still be cool if she wasn't in high
people's
school.
personalities usually don't change.
Some do.
Sometimes, but your personality usually does not. You do not go from being a bubbly
Nah,
unless
see, now you saying what I'm saying because it
unless
happens.
A lot of traumatic shit happens.
It
to
happens.
you.
Your personality changes from high school, or sometimes it doesn't. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't, but I just feel like people's personality is their personality. If you are a bubbly, funny person, you usually continue to be a bubbly, funny person. You might not be as bubbly. You might not be as optimistic. Your worldview might change. But I know that you were an asshole when you were in a fucking elementary school, middle school.
There it is. I was waiting. That's all I was waiting on. I was waiting for the elementary.
He didn't say anything,
That's all
so
I was trying to get you to do. Go to the elementary one time for us,
Buried
baby. D.
yourself.
Side note, I was getting my eyebrows waxed on camera when I was up in Syracuse, and my waxer was talking about her daughter, and she said elementary, and all the fans were like, "Oh my God, this is really a Syracuse thing." Like even the girl said it. But yeah, anyway,
doesn't change.
I knew you were an asshole. You were an asshole your whole entire life.
No.
You were pretentious your entire life.
That's
that did
not
change.
true.
That's
Yeah, I can
you
see
didn't
it.
develop that.
That is not
You
true.
didn't-
All right, when did you
develop that.
become pretentious?
First of all, I'm not pretentious.
Oh.
We're not gonna do that.
We're not
We're
gonna do
doing
that. We're not gonna. You own a Criss Angel Mind Freak book, first of all.
How does that pretend? That's
Actually, you
dirtbag.
probably
That's dirtbag shit. That's not pretentious.
I just wanted to get that off. My bad. I'm sorry.
you buy matches instead of lighters.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
pretentious.
yeah.
How's that pretentious? I like older things.
Okay, except for women, but I get it.
I like older women.
How old?
Yeah. I mean,
You go, yeah.
Yeah, take your time.
I had a MILF phase.
But that's probably because that was your favorite category on Brazzers, so you
Yeah.
probably just.
I was like
about
22.
your-
And they were
I'm
probably
like
just young
40,
moms.
mid 40s.
Yeah.
Okay, it's back
Point-
to, what
all right.
I was trying to tell him is ask if she's single from her homeboy. Take it slow with her because she might not look at you the same way. I know me, myself, there's plenty of men that I'm cool with or whatever that I might have had something with in high school. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. We could be cool. We could be really cool. But just please do not remind me that we slept together or that we were ever dating. Like, it's fucking embarrassing. So I don't know if she feels that way about
wait,
you.
you don't want to... Wait. So if you slept with a guy in high school and you see him, you don't want him to remind you that y'all slept together?
No.
What do you want to be like 15 years later? Remember that one night when we...
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
Remember when we were going through puberty and trying to figure out our bodies?
Remember when I fingered you in class? No.
All right, so
I try to forget about those things.
Okay, so you met a girl. You was dating a girl in high school. You see her now as a grown man. You see her. You telling me if this has never happened? Y'all have never spoken about when y'all used to.
If I see her as a grown man,
no,
I think she had a transition.
Yeah,
you're the grown man.
Okay,
I think you see her now.
Clearly, I'm not.
I was gonna say no, he isn't.
You see her now. You mean to tell me like? Yeah, and y'all fucked with each other in high school. That doesn't come up at all. I think it's the
unspoken thing. I think you both obviously know your history, but I think if it's been 15 years, you start with, hey, you reminisce on certain things, but you're not like, remember when I beat? No, like, no, why would that come up?
That would make me 32 if we graduated at 18, 14 years later. 32 years old, if I see a girl I went to high school with, I'm not talking about when I beat when I was a junior.
Yeah, in like 2008.
Like, not at all.
It's weird.
I think it's weird that y'all don't talk about it.
No.
If we want to fuck again, it may come up.
Make me nauseous, actually.
But that's what I'm saying.
The gate,
I'm not. Why do y'all keep saying when it comes up in the conversation? I'm asking y'all, does it ever come up at all in the conversation?
No.
I'm not saying as soon as you're saying, yo, remember I fucked you that summer in 98 or 2003? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, does it come up at any point in the fucking conversation?
No.
I know I'm the oldest one in this room, but why the fuck are y'all acting so stupid? The fuck is wrong with y'all?
Why would it come up?
Wait, in the scenario,
you had sex. Why would it not come up? What the fuck are you talking about?
It was 5 of them hanging out. I'm gonna be that weirdo when we're all just chilling at the kickback. Yo, just let y'all know we used to fuck when we were teenagers.
That's weird. I didn't say it had to come up like that. I'm talking about if you and her having a conversation, that doesn't come up at all. To me, that's weird.
No,
that y'all had sex before and now y'all see each other again in life. Not saying it has to come up as soon as you see it. Yo, Sarah, remember I fucked you that night? It's not what I'm saying.
Keep Sarah out of it.
Why does it be Sarah?
Any fucking name. Yo, Crystal. Remember the bathroom, yellow staircase? You sucked me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying at any point,
Crystal,
if you see somebody you went to high school with that you had a sexual relationship with as an adult, that doesn't come up in conversation at some point.
In the first convo of not seeing someone in 14 years, I probably would have a lot more high school reminiscing.
Why do you keep putting a timestamp on when you bring it up?
They've only had one conversation.
I understand that, but now the conversation has progressed, and I'm asking y'all at any point, if you see somebody that you had sex with before in high school, does the conversation come up again?
If it goes well and it's comfortable for the next few convos, yeah.
Cool.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm just
y'all saying nah. That's weird.
But I also wouldn't even know how to bring
it up. It's weird to have sex with a girl and not talk about it.
Hey, just let you know I've gotten a lot better. Like, what would I even say?
Unless I want to fuck you again, I'm not bringing that up. Unless I want to fuck you again, I do not want that brought up. Please do not remind me that we used I want to cringe. Like anybody because maybe it's because I'm a girl, but like girls look back and who they used to sleep with when they were younger, it's like cringe, like disgusting. Like
no, it ain't because girls that I fucked in high school bring it up to me that we fucked before.
That's because you're rich now, Mo.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. This ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm talking this is years.
But when you're big 8, we know.
You're an 8.
Fuck all that. It's a natural thing to do it. You don't sweep it under and act like it never. To me, that's weird. Acting like it never. Now, again, it doesn't have to come up as soon as you see this girl. I'm just saying, at some point, if y'all reconnect and start kicking it again, just like on some regular conversation shit, it's natural for that to be a part of the conversation.
So you're telling me there's nobody you fuck when you was in high school that you embarrassed that you fucked them? There's nobody.
Of course it is, but
10,
there's also
15 years ago that you embarrassed that you fucked.
Of course it is, but what I'm saying is also some that I'm not.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you're acting like it's just beyond you to think that somebody would want to forget that they fucked somebody.
I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm asking you if you see somebody, whether it was great, whether it wasn't. I'm saying is it not natural for if y'all reconnect at some point during that conversation of y'all like reconnecting again for that to come, whether she brings it up or you bring it up? That's a natural thing to me.
Yes, if they want to fuck again, what I'm trying
even if they don't want to fuck,
it's just not our first priority. Is what we're saying. We're not saying it can't come up. It's just not a priority.
Cool. I'm with you on that. We agreeing on that one. All I'm saying is it is natural for it to come up in conversation again. There's girls that I slept with in high school that I don't want to sleep with now, but they've brought it up in conversation, like
because they're not embarrassed that they slept with you,
right? But Right, but what I'm saying is it happens. Y'all was trying to make it seem like to me that it does, that doesn't.
No,
that's
that's
weird
not
if that
what I'm-
happens.
that's
But
not
in
what
his
I'm
case, it
saying.
seems like he's trying to do like group hangs, and I think just let him.
He's trying to
get
do
to
more
know
than
her.
group hangs, but he's trying to fuck.
My point in what
But
I
he's
was
playing- he's trying to be a
tell
gentleman.
him
He could
is
be, you could be a
that
gangster and a gentleman.
there is a chance that she
Those-
is embarrassed that she used to fuck with him. So don't bring it up because you don't know how she feels about it. That's why I said take the slow game. Because he's like, oh, I want the chance. And you definitely should reach for that chance.
No, but he said like
He also
he
changed
out.
this because we all said we don't think he beat. He just said they talked.
Even still, she
It
might
didn't
be
sound
embarrassed
like
that
he
she
beat.
talked to you.
No,
Still-
no.
You can't be embarrassed if you talk to somebody in high school.
Come on.
Fuck you can't.
I'm embarrassed of some girls I slept with in high school, but a girl that I talked to, like flirted with, I have no embarrassment
Yeah,
about
I'm
at all.
embarrassed some niggas have my phone number.
Oh, see, come on.
I am.
Stop.
And it's probably something that's embarrassed that they
my
had
aim
your phone
game
number
was
too.
crazy.
I
There's
doubt
so
it.
many
No,
girls
I
I
don't.
shot my shot at it
I'm
away, man.
shooting niggas bail.
Find 'em.
I'm here to
Find
shoot
'em.
niggas bail.
Find
And
'em.
some
If
niggas
you
in
can find
Syracuse
'em,
that's like, yo, I used to
find 'em.
talk to Shorty.
Find 'em.
Nah, yo,
Find 'em.
yeah, I'm sure there's some.
Find 'em.
Hey, all my niggas in the
Find
queues,
them.
all my niggas that go to
Find them.
motherfucking what's the school up there?
Find
Syracuse?
No, the other one. no.
Find them.
Lemoyne?
I will pay you and them. Find them.
Start a Facebook group. I just feel like everyone in Syracuse is on Facebook.
Yeah.
They are
They
actually
are.
very actively. But
Also,
just
I
Take
don't
your
want to shit
time.
on him, but how did you not get that question off in the regular catch-up conversation? What you been up to? Like, oh, you married? Like, what? That's a catch-up conversation.
Oh, you married?
You got
When I
kids. You got like, what's going on in your life? We
Demaris acting like
haven't
it's
seen each other in 14 years. How did you not get this info right away?
Watch Maul.
He's still
Nah, go,
Demaris
go.
acting like some niggas in Corcoran you ain't knocked some niggas down in Corcoran.
That's why you looked it up.
I would have never guessed. If that's what you were looking for, I would have never guessed.
look up my high school. Like, what
Wait, you went to Corcoran for real?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How do you know that?
My
place?
homeboys went to Corcoran. I got some people that went to Corcoran.
How
I
do
just
y'all
didn't
know each
remember.
other?
I just didn't remember. My homeboys?
That went to Q. All right, never mind.
They
I'm not Vlad. I'm not Vlad.
No,
I'm not Vlad.
They live in New York now. They live in the city
Okay,
now.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people from.
You went to Corcoran for real?
Yeah, someone to
Oh, that's fire. I didn't know
So
that.
there's 1,200 students there. So you
There's
think
definitely some niggas in Corcoran that's tight that used to
When I
fuck
was
with
in
Demaris.
Corcoran, I wasn't fucking people in Corcoran.
Oh, then they really tight. How you ain't giving no niggas in the school no pussy? Like, that's whack. Like, when a girl in your school that you like ain't giving you pussy, but it's niggas at the school down the block and niggas is hitting that. If the pretty girl go to my school and I'm trying to holler at her and she ain't giving me no rhythm, but it's some niggas that go to our, like, rival high school, then go to that fucking high school then. Why don't you transfer?
you got to transfer
That's
Maul,
hate.
so then she'll hit.
That's hate. Because I always felt like,
Man,
oh,
well,
it's
if
dirty
it's hate,
macking
then
and
that's-
hating.
well, if it's hate, it's hate. Then fuck it, I'll wear that.
Then I'm a hater.
Yeah, get the fuck. You're the pretty girl in school and she giving niggas from the rival high school. Nah, bro, you gotta shorty transfer.
Pretty
This
girls from the
transfer is
projects-
crazy.
Yeah, transfer. Get up out of here.
Pretty girls from the projects wouldn't fuck us if we talked too much. They went up to Tompkins.
Sort them dudes with trust. I don't know what the fuck they thought. Them niggas look foul just like us.
That's hate.
so be
That's
it.
dirty
It's-
macking.
But it's also facts though. Can facts be hate? Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe. I'm here to give you that, my brother. Maybe. But it's facts though. I don't
That's
know
hate.
what the fuck she thought. Them niggas live foul just like us.
There's also that thing in high school where it's cool to, because
Every girl looked prettier that didn't go to your high school.
Exactly.
And all the dudes lusted over the chicks that went to your
The
high
people you see in the hallway every day, it's like, all right, like I see this person every day. But the person you catch once every time the cheerleading squad from another school's in town, once a quarter, you're like, that's the hottest girl I've ever seen. But then if you saw her every day, just be like, oh, that's so-and-so.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a girl I used to see every day. She was never whacked to me. That bitch look good every day.
Every day.
The nigga used to come and pick up in the Honda hatchback.
We know, man.
I wanted
We
to,
know.
I ain't
You
gonna lie, I
gotta
wanted
let
to
it go.
pop on that nigga. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Like, I ain't like that nigga. And I don't even know him. That was hate.
There was the other side
That was
to that coin, though.
That was a
That was hate. You could be real with the hate. Like, I didn't like him, but I don't know him. So that's hate. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he had the prettiest girl in the school. He was a little older. He had a little Honda hatchback and all that.
Yeah.
Nice system and all that. I ain't like that nigga.
There's the opposite of what Demaris did, though. Wouldn't give anyone pussy at her school and fuck with other dudes. There's the girl that gave everybody pussy at your school and then started going to other schools. And then anytime other schools were in the same vicinity, we would all laugh at the dude that wifed the girl. Because he didn't know. He just thought it was a girl from another school that was pretty like, listen, man.
Yeah, you don't know what she's doing over there.
She went over to that school for a reason.
Burnt out over here.
Yep.
It happens, baby D. It happens. That's all I'm saying. It's fucked up. I know some things we shouldn't have did as kids, but it happens.
I'm saying, to close this, did he say his name?
Damien.
All right, Damien.
Poor Damien.
You don't need to gossip with your homeboy if she's single, what's going on. Next time you hang out with her, just catch up some more and ask her straight up questions.
Hey,
When I run into people I haven't seen in 14 years, I tend to ask, even if I'm in a relationship, what's been going on with you? Are you married? Do you have kids? Your relationship? Like, what have you been doing? What's going on? That's not weird to ask somebody.
Nah, not at all.
Nah.
He could have just got that off.
And do the group hangs because it sounds like you got a good thing with this crew. And then after a few of those, maybe, if you're reading the room right, do a little one-on-one.
Yeah, just don't scare her away because she might just like really look at you like a friend and like just want to be your friend again and is happy to be around you. And then once she knows that you still like her, it's kind of like, ugh. Like, you know, like it throws off the vibe.
Do you think he likes her? Do you
Why
think
does it throw off the vibe? Why, Demaris is so, why would it throw? What if okay, cool, that may be true. But what if she's really like, yo, it's about time you said
But I said that that's a possibility. I just said take it slow because if she doesn't feel that way, it will fuck up the vibe. That's all I said. It's a chance that she likes him.
Damien, check this out.
Romantic. I want them to end up together.
Yo, Damien.
I want them to have the happily ever after.
Listen, I'm gonna help Damien out.
Are you?
Yo, Damien, listen, man. Go get go get your best haircut. All right.
What if he's bald?
Make sure that motherfucker
You do
gleaming.
your pretty privilege again, Ma.
Put coconut oil on your scalp, nigga. Make sure that shit shining like MJ in Game 6 when you walk in that motherfucker, right? Put on your best outfit. Go to the mall, be like, yo, listen, give me your best cologne, right? Put your shit on, get your shit together. Make sure you run into, you can find out where they're going to be at. Your boy's girlfriend is her best friend. You can find out where they get ready to go this weekend and hang out.
Get the drop.
Walk up in there, step right to her.
You know what would be cute? What if he made her a mixtape of the best songs of their senior year and like gave it to her at the kickback?
No, that's gay.
And like put the Sharpie and wrote it on the blank disc.
No, that's gay.
Okay.
That's not.
Ma, what else should he do?
Or maybe, all right, a Spotify playlist.
He gets the cologne, he pulls up on them, and then what?
He pulls on and he step right to her. Like, yo, listen, I'm not playing this game with you no more. It's been 14 years, however been long since we've seen each
For
other.
14.
I'm not trying to lose you again. Listen, are you seeing somebody? Cool. How serious is it? Because I'm feeling you. I've been feeling you for years. Like, I'm trying to like.
Just saw her for the first
Ask
time
if he can
14 years.
Yeah, fuck
Ask
that.
if we can fight.
Man, Damien, step to your business, man. Women love men that are confident, assertive, not aggressive, because there's a difference between assertive and aggressive. Be assertive. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just step to it. Don't act like, you know, I understand some years have changed and years have passed, people change. But you know her, man. Y'all went to high school together. You know her.
You don't know.
He may
know her.
also. He
You
may
know
also
her
not
in
like
here.
her.
Here.
He can
Not the aesthetics that have changed. No, you don't know that person, but you know her at her core. Like, we went to high school together. I know this girl. Like, we was cool.
He could be driven by two things. If he wants another shot. He's 14 years of past. He know how to lay it down now. Or
I don't think
he's driven by it's the pussy that got away that he never got. Like it's nostalgic pussy that he never got.
Because Damien,
and he wants to just.
Let me tell you something.
He can be driven by that.
It can be driven by that. But then you get it and it's not what you thought. You're going to be heartbroken.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, all these years I thought
I made a mixtape.
Played over in my head. I thought this was going to be the greatest experience
Not
ever.
making a
And
mixtape, Rory.
it's not. So just be
He burnt the
confident.
CD.
Yeah, be confident, be assertive, and, you know, have fun with an old friend.
Have you ever closed the loop on a friend like that? Someone you haven't seen in, say, like at least 10 years' time from high school or college or whatever, and you got the chance to get in there and it wasn't it?
Yeah. I
I
think I told you about that before.
Sucks.
There was one girl right when I like kind of sort of got kicked out of college that I saw from high school, and I had a point to prove because I thought I didn't deliver in high school.
So what'd you do? Like,
We fucked.
okay. How was it?
It was good that time. And then I felt like really shitty because I realized that I did that just to prove that insecurities. Cudi understands.
Yeah.
Couldn't understand.
I totally
I think that's
understand.
common though.
I think it's very common.
Yeah.
To have what? Insecurities after sex?
If you don't perform to your best abilities, you want to prove that was a fluke.
Your fluke game.
Yeah, like I'm better than that. Give me another shot.
I feel like girls do that too. I feel like all humans feel that way.
How does
Yeah, I
a
think
girl
it's a
not
regular
perform?
feeling.
How does a girl not perform? Yeah, I don't understand that.
Just open.
There's multiple things that could go something wrong with the pussy wise. There's multiple things that
Don't do
could happen.
I'm not gonna.
Like what?
Like if you're too drunk.
I don't want no drunk pussy.
Well, sometimes y'all both drunk, period. So it's not like, she's like drunk, like falling out, but just like drunk to the point where your equilibrium is off. So you can't like really, it's very hard to throw ass back when your equilibrium is off. Or to, oh God forbid, ride dick when your brain is not working and you're like wobbly. It's like very...
It's like the bullet saddle ridge.
Yo, it's very...
That's when you're doing too much. Just lay on your side and let me get up.
But you've never slept with a girl on the first time, like she was reserved. And then she got more comfortable with you and let her freak flag fly.
The chemistry could be...
Oh, yeah, but
she came back and was like, she doesn't give it up that way on the first go round.
Oh, yeah. That's happened. Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't whack. Like I had a great time. Like maybe she like arched it a little better and, she got a little freakier with the head and all of that, like got a little nastier. Like, yeah, that happens. But I can't remember having like too much sex where it was like, oh, that was trash.
No, not like that. I'm not talking about like trash. I'm just talking about like, you like, oh, okay. Like afterwards.
It's happened,
okay,
but not
cool. Like, no. You can't. If I feel like you're not madly in love with me after sex, we gotta do this over. We gotta do this over.
Yo, who do you think you are?
That's not healthy.
Yo,
that's really unhealthy.
No, answer my question before you answer his question. Who do you think you are?
I'm that nigga. How is that not healthy?
Listen, I respect it.
Is that someone you want to be in love with or just have that ego boost that they are in love with you now? And you're fucking them again just so you get that ego boost that you didn't get before. You're just as bad as Julian.
That's way worse than me.
Hold on. I'm referring to younger, obviously, like when you're 19, 20, 21. Yes, it is an ego thing. It is an ego thing.
Oh, I mean, I just said I had a ego boost when, I was in college and got the high school.
Yeah,
and did it better.
A lot of the sex I had when I was younger was a ego thing, for sure.
So most of it is.
I think this Damien shit is a little bit of ego.
No, I mean, you might really like her.
No, he might.
Sounds like he has pure intentions.
This is what's...
It's a little bit of...
But sometimes we all think we have pure intentions. And then we get it and then we're like, oh, this was just...
You're right, though. It could be... I think the ego is driving because he's doing that. He's looking into the past kind of thing. Like
Damien, so you're telling me that your homeboy's girlfriend, this is her best friend. Have you really been watching this girl for... You telling me you don't know nothing about this girl for 14 years?
Probably knows her dating history.
Because there's no way... Y'all didn't have each other on no social media at all? So you didn't know who her best friend was? Like this was all just, oh, whoa, what a coinky thing.
I ain't gonna lie. If my best friend's girlfriend, her best friend is like a girl that I like, that's almost like, that's Stockton and Malone right there. Like, fam, set the screen. I'm coming off. I'm shooting this motherfucker. Like, are you kidding me? My best friend's girlfriend's best friend, I like her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damien, what the fuck are we talking about?
Dream until one of y'all break up and it's just awful for
that's
everyone.
Cool for like a week.
That's all I need. To at least get myself in the door to where now me and her have a line of communication. I'm not saying like I need them to be cool forever, but for me to get my foot in the door and now me and her are building our own little rapport with each other, a week is enough time.
Yeah, but they're saying once you hit, then you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna nuke the whole dynamic.
Like who do you get in the divorce?
Yeah, because once you ghost her,
is that really a question?
But then you can't really like come around if that's your man. I think we had a voicemail that was kind of similar to this.
Yeah, for sure.
There was some type of chaos in between fucking your homeboy's wife's friend and you do some foul shit and then you can't come around anymore for certain things.
Oh, but yeah, if like Damien does some foul shit, then yeah.
The foul shit would just be not talking.
Yeah, I'm not saying foul, like really foul shit, but like he just fucks and it doesn't work out and then it's awkward.
That's foul.
Now homeboy got to hear his girlfriend's mouth about, your bum ass friend played my friend and not.
That's foul. It's foul to do that. As a grown man, it's foul to do that. We could just say it. It's foul to fuck a girl and just like not talk to her after that. That's foul.
I agree.
Yeah.
Nah, but even there's ways that it can not go lead to a relationship that she could, no matter what, if it doesn't go in that direction, she could feel away.
You could still do it in a healthy way and it not be foul and just be honest.
Not be able to hang out.
It's still weird.
At that point, it's like, yo, come on, man, stop. Like, cut the weird shit out. Like, they dated, it didn't work out. It's okay. We're all adults here. Like, we don't have to make it weird.
What I think is even crazier is if she does give Damien the pussy and then she breaks it off. Then it's even more awkward. We're trying to look from the man's perspective, like, I don't want to fuck with that no more. Even worse when she kicks you to the curb and you got to be around.
That's
when your homeboy is down bad and shorty like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with him. You can't bring him around and shit. Cause
then at the kickback, she's laughing at other dudes' jokes a little too much.
Oh, see, that's how school shooters are born right there.
No, it's buying Criss Angel's book.
No, niggas shoot colleges too. Don't get it twisted.
Look, get a book of matches. Teach you some magic. You'll beat in no time.
But it should be like, girl, this nigga trying to do some match trick for me. I blocked his number. This nigga pulled out this little ass book of matches and was like, hey, look, voila. She said, girl, I'll wild out my ass about it at that restaurant so fast. Like,
You know how
I
much
showed him a magic trick. That nigga ain't never see me again.
how much of a loser I am, and I'll actually give Julian credit. Because if I knew how to do a match trick, I would 100% do it in front of a girl.
No way.
Ew.
There's no fucking way.
I haven't done it in front of. I first of all, I was a kid when I got that book. I got that book for myself. I wanted to learn magic. I wasn't like, this will get me pussy. I was like 12.
Yo, the fact that Julian wanted to learn magic, that's not funny to you.
That's
Like,
cool.
no, it's not.
It killed JFK.
That shit.
And Matt,
I was watching JFK doc last night.
What did he say?
it killed JFK.
I went to bed
It was
watching
a magic bullet.
Yeah.
another doc of his on Amazon Prime, and they were talking about when they brought him to the hospital, they thought he was still
JFK?
alive.
Did you see the video?
Jacqueline Kent is so fucked up. She was walking into the operating room like carrying like
Parts
pieces
of his brain.
his cerebral cortex and like putting it on the operating table, like make it work. It's his fucking
Like,
brain.
yeah, what do you mean they thought he was still? How? Did they not see that footage?
She refused to believe he was dead until, because the doctors were like, he's cooked.
Yeah.
And she refused to believe it until, because they're very religious, the priest had to come in and determine the status of him.
Yeah.
She refused to believe it as she was holding pieces of his brain.
Listen,
That priest walked into the surgery room and went, Jesus.
whoa.
My God.
Yikes.
You seen that video?
Jesus H. Christ.
He didn't make it. No, come on. You saw
Yeah,
that
the reason why she jumped on the hood of the back of the car was to pick up pieces of his head.
She was a wife.
No,
that
she was trying to
had her
get out of the
husband
car.
traumatically shot.
Yeah.
In front of her. You have
Yeah.
to give her some grace there.
She was trying to jump out of the car.
No, she went. I just watched it.
No
He was
way.
picking up his brain.
his head from the car.
No,
Really?
The Secret Service jumped on the back to cover the president as if there was more needed to happen. But she was going.
I thought she was trying to climb out of the car. Like she didn't.
No, she was with him. She was about it.
Between that incident and Marilyn Monroe, I think Jackie Kennedy is the definition of a ride or die bitch.
Yeah.
She was in that convertible trying to pick up brains while bullets were flying.
Multiple bullets.
That's a ride or die bitch. Back and to the left. I've watched every last bit of footage for this. And we don't need to bring. I feel like we'll get flagged if we play this.
So we won't play the visual.
Y'all think Jackie was fucking Marilyn on the side? Like on the low? Like, no?
I think you're fantasizing.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I think she was at the summer house when that was happening.
My bad. Why would you pull the video up?
Look,
Julian?
no, because we're not going to play it on YouTube. But look, she jumps up.
She's trying to get out of.
No, she's not. She's grabbing his fucking head. Look, she gets right back in the car.
Because the Secret Service agent is pushing her in the car, bro.
No, I'm trying to pull her off.
She gets right back in the car, and then like she grabs his head and like holds him.
Jesus
Rory's right.
Christ.
That's the definition.
That's true.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
to close this, how would you guys feel at the next live show if we have women in the green room that Julian teaches me the match trick and I do it in front of them?
I would leave.
Look,
All right, but what if it
we're
worked?
gonna film it. I want to show you. I'm gonna teach all of you how to do it. It's very.
What if it
easy.
worked though? All right.
What if it worked?
Kia will JFK your ass if she see you pull out a book of matches in front of some
for an
bitches.
experiment. I don't
Experiment.
just want to see if they're. What if Kia's impressed?
She probably would. Be. It is a nice trick.
Why'd you laugh like that?
You don't impress Kia. He is. You don't. Please don't pull out a book of matches.
I don't impress.
Once
Kia.
we're done
Yeah,
recording, I'm getting.
I don't impress Kia, so maybe that would be the thing to do it.
The matches for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's like my way.
Amara would be impressed.
No, she wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't.
Kid babies
No, she
love
would
magic. Like, where'd that thing go? They love the whole peekaboo.
You know what? This is how I know Amar's like really, really my daughter outside of looking identical to me.
Mm.
She is so over peekaboo and just doesn't even react to it.
She doesn't like the
She's
gimmicks.
like, all right.
Because y'all probably dragged it.
No, we didn't. We never did peekaboo.
Dragged it.
Everyone else, like that's a natural thing to do to babies.
Dragged it. Y'all drag peekaboo. She's like,
Our
oh yeah,
fa-
y'all
my
trying to put
family
me to
probably
sleep.
dragged
I know what this is.
And we never did it. And then we would try to do it. And now other people do it. And she's like,
Julian, can you throw me some tissue, please?
she's like, I chew on the remote now. I don't.
But she's at that
those
stage,
remotes
dog.
is over for that.
And then I bought the fake rubber remote.
No, she's not a fool. She's not an idiot.
Immediately, no.
Yeah, no, she's not.
Magic.
Magic.
I think magic, like when it comes to like hoodoo, voodoo, santeria, like those kind of things, I think those are cool.
How many
And worth
guys do you
studying?
do that to?
You said what?
How many guys?
I don't play with love magic. I like when I go to leave a nigga, he not ready to kill me. I don't play with love magic.
All right, men
Yeah, but what about no, because you be letting Demaris get shit off. What about when you don't want the nigga to leave?
But when you're talking about love magic, right? So let's say I'm madly in love with a man. I've been madly in love with plenty of men. You think you're madly in love. You go to do, or you think you really, really want to do.
You've been madly in love with plenty of men?
Oh, jeez. I don't mean literally plenty.
Oh, I'm just asking. I'm listening to you and I'm asking.
What I'm saying is that you think when you're in love or when you really, really want someone, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Lust.
Like, yeah, like, not even lust, but like, you can fall in love with someone and sometimes things end and you're ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing with love magic, you're saying you're putting whatever spell or whatever you want to do to say, hey, I do not want this person to ever leave me, or I do not want this person to ever fall out of love with me. If you outgrow them and you're ready to leave, that does not break the spell. They are still hooked by that spell and they will kill you before they let you get out of that spell. And if you talk to people who practice those type of things, they will tell you that is something you have to be very, very careful with. So no, I'm not going to want a man and be like, I don't want him to ever leave, or I want him to really, really want me, or I'm going to put period blood in his spaghetti, or I'm going to like all types of shit, right? All these things.
Yeah,
and then when I outgrow him in 5 or 6 years and or something happens and I'm ready to leave and because of that spell, he won't allow me to leave him and my life is in danger. That's why you don't play with love magic.
I don't believe in none of that shit.
You don't think it was weird they never did like a background check on Aladdin?
That's racist.
You mean the homeless kid that was running around the city trying to...
But like back to you can't make someone fall in love with you. Wasn't that part of the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't wish for her to love him.
I never saw
but
it.
she has to fall in love with the king. So his wish was make me a king.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody asked what kingdom he was from. Like he just showed up to the castle and was like, yo, I'm a king. And everybody's like, come on in.
I gotta watch that movie.
Like no
that was a
background
good
check.
movie.
I've never
the
seen
one with
it.
Will Smith. That was good.
Well, it was a cartoon before.
I know that. You think I didn't know that?
Look at him. He like so mad they trying to blackwash Aladdin. Look at him.
Yeah.
Black
He is a black man.
Blackwash.
Did it with Little Mermaid.
Oh my God.
They're taking everything, goddammit.
There's a war on Christmas.
There's a gentrification on Disney.
Yeah, Aladdin just didn't make much sense to me. I feel like that's an easy background check in that world.
Shaq was one of my favorite genies. Kazam.
Damn.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Rory, what's your favorite like Disney or Disney Pixar like animated movie? Like animated children's movie.
They make Irish ones? You all get a story yet? one
If
bitch
they
from
did, it was
Frozen has
probably
red hair.
racist. I'm sure that's something to do with leprechauns.
No, it's the one. It's a girl. She's a ginger.
Little Red Riding Hood?
Brave.
Brave.
Is
yes.
that Irish? Is she Irish?
She's definitely
Brave.
Irish. She's
What the
as
fuck is Brave?
Irish as they get.
You haven't seen
Brave is the name of it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Never heard of
relatively new. 2012.
Now you got to show it to Amara.
Yeah, look, this is.
Oh,
Rory.
I've seen this. I've
That's
seen
Rory
this.
right there.
Oh yeah, I've seen this cover, but I've never watched.
Yeah.
She looks
So you're
like
saying
Elf.
Pixar or like actual just
Like just animated
or cartoon?
children's movie.
Land Before the Time I loved. Like with
Oh.
the dinosaurs and shit.
God, I love that movie. Littlefoot. You don't know. That's
We're younger than
That's
you.
after your
No,
time. Mom.
I saw The Land Before Time.
Okay, so what about like Disney? Like what about like
Ducky.
What Disney cartoon movies are there?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna
so
keep it.
Prince? I want to go into like not just princess movies, but princess movies, right? So like, or maybe like The Lion King, or
Nah, Nemo
fucking-
fucked me up a little bit.
Really?
Nemo
That
choked
was
me
the
up a little
one?
bit.
Oh, I love Nemo.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Nemo kind of choked me up a little bit when I watched Nemo. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, damn, yo, you got the little.
Oh, James and the Giant Peach. Love that one.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's a great book. It's Roald Dahl, I believe. I read the book too.
Oh, Flubber was great.
Yo,
Maul, shut up.
all right, man. He read the book.
James and the Giant Peach.
Well,
So
I
live.
think I read
Before the
Jimmy
movie came out, I read
Roll-
it. It was like
mandatory in
Yeah.
school.
Roald Dahl
Required-
is one of the best.
It was
children's
mandatory
books.
for y'all to read James and the Giant Peach when y'all was in school.
Mhm.
Oh man, Jesus.
I thought that was
Vice
a
and Men,
skinny
too.
Tony Soprano.
Did y'all read the autobiography of Malcolm X?
Yes.
Roald Dahl also wrote Matilda.
And I know why
great.
the cage bird sings. I think I had to read in school too.
What was also the required reading in school? That was the slave book. What was his name?
I don't remember.
He's slave that escaped and wrote
Nat
the
Turner?
book. No,
A slave book?
It was required reading.
I remember we had to watch.
He was a
Roots.
slave that escaped.
Yeah, he went north.
He went north.
So
yo, watch your mouth, fam. All right?
yeah, he
I don't
said
know.
that
Just
shit
the
too
fact that you
casually.
just a white man to say, yo, he went north. I don't like that.
Ma,
I was
what's your
trying to think
favorite
of the synopsis.
children's like movie? One where you were a kid and like one that came out recently. And
When I
Shrek
was a
doesn't
kid?
count because it's from
The Life and Times of Frederick Douglass.
Oh, I was gonna say Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, that was a required reading.
My favorite kid movie as a kid.
Mhm.
With some Charlie Chaplin.
Fuck you.
So yeah, solid movie.
The Goonies. The Goonies. Classic.
Okay. What about now? Like, that you watch with your nephew and stuff like that.
I don't really have one that I watch with my nephew, but my favorite, probably The Sandlot.
Yeah.
I'm talking about animated,
It's
baby.
not-
Oh, animated.
Yeah.
Well, The Goonies isn't animated either.
I noticed.
So both of you talking about both animated?
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't want to sound ignorant. I was like, I don't think the Goonies is animated. Maybe I missed.
I didn't know I
I
just
thought there was like an older version, maybe.
damn.
Do they really do animated films like that for kids
Yeah.
Back in the day or
in
no?
the 80s?
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, when the Little Mermaid first came out, that was dope. I remember that. But
Really?
I wasn't really big into animated films like that though.
Really?
I like movies, even as a kid.
To this day, I still watch so many animated children's movies. Like, they're like my go-to.
Yeah.
They're very relaxing to me. Mm-hmm.
Why is it that's like a girl thing for real? Most girls I know, like in their free time, if you are on the phone with them and ask them what they're doing, they're watching an animated, like movie.
It's all love tales and shit.
Not even like Hotel Transylvania. I'll put that on in a heartbeat. Despicable Me.
That's a good
Like-
movie.
I saw a wild tweet a few weeks ago that asked, "Do you think Tarzan was fucking anything in the jungle before the people found him?"
Why do people minds go to that?
I don't know. It wasn't my tweet.
The weird thing about that film is the people that find him are British and he has an American accent. He wouldn't speak like that
At all.
at all. He was just an American white guy.
So did everyone in Pocahontas.
Yeah, like it was so historically inaccurate.
I mean,
I know he was amongst the gorillas and shit, but like you take after the people that teach you the language. He was like, hello, and they're all like, oh, like it was like, it doesn't make sense.
The Muppets Take Manhattan was a good one. It's not really animated.
I love that movie too.
The Muppets Take Manhattan, you remember that?
Of course.
That was my shit. Muppets Take Manhattan.
Big Muppets fan.
Julian, what about you? You like animated movies?
I like animated movies. Yeah, I mean, trying to think.
What
One's
was the
that-
one about the kid on with the train that you said you cried?
Polar Express.
He cried at Polar Express.
It's a great film. Don't get me
Up,
wrong.
He fucking cried.
You didn't cry
bro.
during Up?
No, I did not cry during watching Up. The fuck? No.
I didn't cry.
I was a grown man when that came out.
That silent sequence that they show about the love, you cry. Come on.
I didn't see Up.
Oh, recently
What?
Soul is
Cried?
great.
No.
Soul I like.
Soul, I cried.
Soul, I cried.
Soul was dope. That was
Did
a
you
that
cry,
was
Maul?
a good movie. No, I didn't cry, but that was a good movie.
Coco,
I told you last time I cried at one of those movies is when they jumped Raphael in Ninja Turtles. I ain't like that shit. When the footies jumped him and shit. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that.
I don't want to be a social justice warrior on Twitter, but I think I need to rewatch John Henry as an adult. Just to double check.
What are you double checking?
Let me know how
Just
that
double
works
check.
out for you.
Okay.
Inside Out. That's a great
And
one.
I love Inside Out. They're coming out with the 2.
Yeah. Long movie, but really worth
We
it.
need to remake Ratatouille with some of these rappers. Y'all don't want to see that version, huh?
I'm actually going to
Yeah. Why y'all
my-
don't want to see Ratatouille?
Stuart Little. with the
Yeah,
rappers?
like why y'all don't want to see that with hip hop though?
Stuart
Like with the
Little was
rappers
fire.
that be ratting. and
Stuart
shit.
Little is fucking perfect.
Do you remember the video game Parappa the Rapper?
What?
I'm
No.
showing my
Parapper?
Parappa the Rapper.
Never heard of it. Who the fuck is Parapper the rapper?
This kid?
Yes.
He said yes. Is this like the shit?
When I was, God knows how young.
Oh, it's PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a game.
But it came, see, here's the thing. I never had the real game. PlayStation 1 came with like a demo disc
Oh,
where it had a bunch of different,
Oh, okay.
and
yeah,
that was
yeah.
one of it. And you could just play like a quick
like
thing.
one stage.
Yeah. I never bought the game, but I played that demo shit nonstop. You gotta like, yeah, you gotta rap with your sensei.
Who's an onion?
An Asian onion. Yeah.
This guy's an Asian onion.
A yellow onion.
It's
Is that
so
racist?
bad.
I shouldn't say.
Look at the smell come radiating from his head. This is so
And like he
racist.
rapped like, and you had to, it was almost like Dance Dance Revolution before that. You had to keep up with his karate moves and they were rapping them.
And this is how you fell in love with hip hop.
I liked hip hop already.
Oh.
We liked this game because it was like, oh, it's a rapper game. And then we clicked the demo and it wasn't.
Yeah,
Oh my
nah,
It wasn't really up to our liking.
I was playing 2K.
I was already listening to Beware of the Dog when this came out.
Yeah.
Look how
Shout out to Bow Wow.
one-dimensional it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Like-
You flat.
I used to love this game.
You built like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I've never played this.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, any like Crash Bandicoot and shit at this
Love-
time.
yeah,
Oh,
Spyro. Spyro was so fucking good. My older
Did
cousin
you
had the
beat or
PlayStation.
something? Like, Jesus.
Spyro is so good. Crash
All right,
Bandicoot.
let him have his
No, I'm
Spyro
having
moment.
Nostalgia.
Okay, no, I
We've
get
had the
it.
conversation with Vice City. That
Yeah.
GTA Vice City is the best game ever. Yeah, good
Yeah.
times.
That's how you
Good
learn
time.
to kill hookers.
All right, well, did we help Damien with his did we give him
Slow
advice?
game.
Slow game?
Yes.
Listen, Damien, you heard what I said. Play slow if you want. You slow, you blow.
Yep.
She's like, yo, you should have I just started talking to my ex again and you just.
Damien, be yourself. Don't go, come if you're not a like assertive dude. Don't go in there being assertive because you won't be able to keep it up.
Don't
Damien,
change
if
who
you
you
ain't
are.
Yeah,
assertive,
don't
you better
change who
become
you are.
assertive.
Oh, see, yeah.
I'm a little hurt that you guys didn't like my mixtape idea.
Make him.
No one's not hurt.
Wait, what?
Rory. It's
Would
just
you be like,
premature. It's
Remember
premature.
high school? Like now
He
you're-
should do that if he bags her and like after like maybe like their 5th date, then he can do that. But
Or like
We'll
he
make
don't
it
even know
now.
if she like him yet.
get on the aux if you're at a function or something, or if you're chilling at the crib and play something you might think she's like, oh, what's this? Be that guy. Don't like put it in her face. Like, hey, CD.
Okay, but saying, yo, remember when we used to fuck is better?
They're both awful. There's no better.
You remember James and the Giant Peach?
Shit, yeah, that'll get her. Damien, you heard what I said, man. Be assertive, be confident, but also, have fun.
Get a
Don't
book
be,
of matches.
Don't be so serious.
Call back and tell us whose advice you took. Keep us updated.
Don't call back if you ain't take mine because I know the outcome. She got a man.
Before we leave, I guess we have to congratulate Burna Boy for being the first African-born artist to perform at the Grammys.
Shout out to Burna Boy.
I think, congrats. I also think that's crazy that this is the first
Insane.
one in 2024.
Insane.
Do we want to discuss Chappelle and Cat Williams, or do you guys want to save that?
Nah, I'm kind of Cat Williams out.
Dave Chappelle was on stage over the weekend and just made some statements. I just want to let people know what we're talking about, and then we can move on.
it's not that. It's that you said, do you want to talk about it? Maul said, nah.
Maul-
And then you just
I was going to explain what we were talking about,
That's
and then
dope.
move
I like
on.
that. It's like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to talk
For
about
real.
this shit. I'm going to get my shit off. No,
I'm
get your shit
good.
off.
So anyway, Dave Chappelle.
Get your shit off, Rory. Go ahead, man. Get your shit off.
I wasn't going to do a deep dive into it, but I was going to let people know what we were talking about and say maybe we get to it some other time. He made some points. He was on stage saying, why you didn't talk about other white comics like
Any
that?
white
And why are you trying to make us look bad? That,
No, I get it. But see, this is the thing that I was kind of, when that whole thing happened, I knew that this was going to parlay into a lot of other conversations amongst comics. And Dave Chappelle is right. He made some points in what he said, but I think people are also forgetting that, maybe Cat is just speaking from more so his experience in comedy. Maybe he didn't experience a lot of the white comedic circles and things like that. He's only talking about his circles on the come up in comedy and things that he saw. So, maybe he couldn't go up there and talk about white comics because he wasn't in those circles.
And
He
if
doesn't-
I'm not mistaken, wasn't Cat replying to people who had came on Club Shay Shay and said shit about him?
that was one of the other things too. He was responding to things
That's
that
true.
were said on
More
that
personal.
platform about
Yeah.
him. So that's what I'm just saying. But now it's turning into, Cat is, he caused, just turmoil and friction amongst black comics and things like that. And now it's turning into something else. It's just like, I get it. Like I said, we said when this shit first spoke about it, I believe a lot of things that Cat said, and I believe that a lot of things he said on there were just entertainment and just, embellishing certain things and things like that. But now it's just, it's getting ready to go somewhere else. And it's just like, all right, fam, like I get it. A lot of comics are just looking at Cat like, yo, you just causing some shit that just didn't need to happen amongst black comedians. But he was responding to his name being spoken about on a platform. He was telling his version of things and his comedic journey. Some of it true, some of it, again, just his point of view, maybe. But either way, man, great comic. Obviously, Dave Chappelle iconic comic, legend. Both legends to me. I think Cat Williams is a comedic legend as well. So yeah, man, let's just leave it at that, man. I don't want this to turn into something else. And I saw Marlon Wayans addressing like, the fact that they talking about black men that wear dresses in film. And Marlon was saying how, they did White Chicks, and that's a classic movie, which he's right about that. But it's okay if Robin Williams gets an Oscar for winning a dress as Mrs. Doubtfire. It's an iconic role, an iconic movie because he's a white man. But if a black man does it, it has another meaning, or it's selling your soul. And so, I mean, it's just going a whole bunch of different ways, and I don't think it needs to go. But I ain't wearing no dress. I know that.
That's why I wanted you to talk about it, because it's not my place to speak. I just thought it was an interesting back and forth.
What? Yeah, it is. But I just know how this shit this can go turn into something else, and it's just like, I don't even want to get that shit no gas.
I get it.
Cat said what he said. Classic viral episode. A bunch of viral clips from his sit down with Shannon Sharp. Entertaining, because at the end of the day, all of this shit is entertainment. So, I don't think we need to turn it into something else other than it just being entertainment. I don't think that anything he said on there will affect anybody's pockets, honestly.
I don't think so either. And I would like to hear the Cat rant after the SNL bit that happened over the weekend.
That was dope.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was funny. Yeah, that was
they did a good job.
Entertainment, man. Just keep it entertainment. Let's have fun. Let's laugh. Let's respect each other. Let's love each other. Let's keep entertaining and keep some integrity too at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, this has been another episode, another journey. Good episode.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a few days.
See y'all in a few days. Be safe. Stay warm. It's cold as shit in New York City. I don't know where y'all at, but it's cold as shit out here. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.
No worry and